Well, a very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to LFNE7, coming to you live from the Kenyatta University Amphitheater. This one promises to be one exciting mixed martial art event. Remember, LFNE Championship is the premier mixed martial event, championship in the country, and of course the second one in Africa. We have 10 bouts lined up for you. If you're new, this might be this is your first LFNE, then welcome. Adjust your seats. I know we're going to have exciting fight, exciting matches, some super kicks, some super hits, and of course some choking here and there, some guillotine. It's going to be an exciting event, I'm telling you. Maybe compared from LFNE6, this might be different. No title will be defended, but I'm telling you, stay hooked for the main card event that is going to happen with Stephen Wechuli facing off with Amos Eboso. I'm your host for tonight, Peter Pinches Kijana Taratibu. I know we're doing this different for those who are watching us live on KUTV or streaming us in all our social media platform, that is Facebook at KUTV Kenya, on YouTube KUTV Kenya. Kuna wale tumezoea kupiga na Kiswahili pale micharazo michezoni, but of course today we do it differently. Tunatumia lugha ya kuazima, but all the same, at the end of it all, bora excitement. On my left, I have one man here from On The Sport crew, Evan Souma. I think he's been part of the LFNE Championship for the last 6th edition. This is my first one, being here live, but of course I've been following up. That's why I can't be able to tell you some of these fighters are ready for this. Evans, first of all, welcome to LFNE. I don't know whether I'm the person who's supposed to welcome me, you, or you're the person who's supposed to welcome me on LFNE.
Well, indeed, Pinches, either way, I can welcome you, you can welcome me. It has been months of waiting, and finally, the 7th edition of Late Night Fight Entertainment is here with us. For the lovers of the mixed martial arts, now this is the moment to throw your hands into the cage and sit back and relax, enjoy the moment. It has been months of waiting and 10 bouts on card tonight, and it's going to be amazing, you know, mouth-watering, catching experience. The one from the last edition, that is the 6th edition of LFNE, of which indeed it was quite amazing, quite interesting to watch, the way the diversity in it, the way fighters were organized all the way. And this time around we expect some, you know, good outing, good show out here, especially the main bout between Amos Eboso and Joseph Wechuli. Of course, these are two of the most decorated fighters in the history of LFNE. Each, of course, with their own brilliant records and statistics, but it's going to be amazing. You know, the lion versus the cobra. They say the lion, no matter how green the forest is, the lion will never eat the grass. And of course, cobra on its own right, actually, he is the king of snakes. So today we'll be waiting to see what will happen, and again, nobody is making the judgment. It's just a matter of time before we actually see what will happen, the real fight that most of us are anticipating. And of course, there's still some very interesting match. Remember, there are a few of fighters who will be making their debut tonight, and it's going to be experience because history will be made here, records will be set, new ones, and even some being broken. Going to be amazing. Well, Evans, since the last time we interacted, I think the more you're not interacting with me, the more you're falling in love with late things. I think you mentioned Late Night Fight Championship. Yeah. I have to check with Omega to just confirm LFNE still stand for Local Nights Fight Entertainment. But all the same, I think your interaction with the LFNE crew for the last 6th edition, you can tell that there are things that you have seen and maybe you expect them to be better. Maybe that one thing that you think over time has been a sign of development in terms of the LFNE Championship since one, and now that we are about to kickstart the LFNE7. Well, indeed, a lot has changed from the onset of it, the 1st edition, all the way to the 6th edition. If you look at the transformative journey, the way it has been quite amazing. Probably to many who are following up the 7th edition for the first time, they'll think it has been a walk in the park. But to tell you the truth, it has taken a lot of sweat, blood, and even to some tears to make it up to this edition. You see the diversity that LFNE has, you know, take that route, bringing in fighters from ultra fitness, and then even international fighters from Uganda. It has brought the competitive aspect in it, and of course even fighters from the in-house, that is the LFNE fighters, they have really learned some, it has been like a wake-up call to them, some, marshalling their numbers. And if you can remember, a lot of titles were won by the Ugandans and some fighters from Ultra Fitness. And now it's time for a moment of redemption for LFNE fighters. They want their titles back. They want to defend it. They want to reclaim their glory. And it's going to be amazing. Now, I expect this one, the 7th edition, to be even better than the 6th edition. So I'm in for very exciting and amazing experience. A new experience, just like our logo says, a new experience. So tonight, it's going to be a night like no other.
Well, I think you mentioned about the Ugandan counterparts who were here last time in the LFNE6. Unfortunately, all the bets are in Uganda, and due to some logistical challenges, they are not able to travel for this particular championship. Another thing to note is the women. I think LFNE 6, 5, and going back to LFNE 1, we've been able to see some bouts that involve the women. But this one, we don't have the women. But all the same, what does it say? Maybe someone who is new here and maybe watch LFNE 6 came with a lot of expectation. I think talk to them and tell them something that should make them glued to a screen or continue streaming for the rest of the night.
Well, indeed, a lot needs to be done when it comes to gender card. For quite a while, we haven't really, the women haven't really been represented as far as LFNE is concerned. But when I spoke to Mr. President, he told me plans are underway, and it's just a matter of time before we see more women venturing into LFNE. He told me it is something that they are embarking on, and they will make it their business to make sure the 8th edition of LFNE, we will see more women. However, tonight we will have seen, more, at least Felicitas trying to defend her title, but unfortunately due to Ebola crisis in Uganda, that will have to be pushed for a little bit longer.
Well, I'm sorry for the men who came to see the women, but I think we also have a good number of women in the amphitheater, so makes yourself busy. Thank you, Evans, for now. I think I'll come back to you later. On the booth, or the commentary booth, we'll be having Jason Sagini, the sports archbishop. Just a quick confirmation about the archbishop. Are you an archbishop?
Yeah, sure. I think you can hear me. I think I am here because the industry of sports pitches is big and it needs somebody to spread the gospel. So yeah.
I'll have to follow you all night to just make sure you're an archbishop. Let's talk about the experience you have had. I think you've also been part of LFNE since LFNE 1, some traveling to Meru. It's been exciting all through the growth of the mixed martial art in the country. What's your expectation for tonight?
I expect something bigger than this, than the other events since LFNE 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1 since last year.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be one of the greatest things that will happen in the future. Okay, sorry, I think you couldn't hear me, but what I was saying in short was that I expect a bigger expectation from this event this time around because the sport has been growing, yes, since LFNE 1 until LFNE 6. So this time around, I expect a very big showdown in the arena. Because if you take a look at LFNE 5 and 6, how they went down, and LFNE 6, whereby we have new entries from outside Kenya, that is from Uganda, who won the title from the female champion, that is Felista Mugo. This time around, we have 13 debutants among the 20 fighters whom we have in the 10 cards, or the 10 bouts that we have in the main card. So I think it's going to be an exciting showdown tonight, because once again, also, as I said earlier on, it's a sport that conjoins a lot of sports, a lot of disciplines, that is judo, karate, and even boxing. So it's growing to the values and the virtues whereby it's going to become one hell of fight or hell of a sport in this country of Kenya.
I think, Sagini, just last quick one before you head to the booth. Let's talk about, I think mixed martial art as a sport is a very popular sport. But to those who think that maybe mixed martial art is not yet time for mixed martial art in the country, I think for Africa, you can see we have at least 3 mixed martial artists who are doing well in the UFC. What can you tell maybe someone who thinks it's not yet time for mixed martial art?
Any kind of sport is sport. Because you know what, Pinches? Sport is something that you do for passion, you do for talent. And as I always say, on my social media platform that if there is something that can pay you bigger and even better is your talent. Not even the job that you've gone to school to study for. It's your talent that will pay you much more and bigger. So for any kind of sport, be it judo, be it karate, be it kickboxing, swimming, any, mention them. It's a sport and it's a discipline whereby it's a job like any other job. So it needs to have that seriousness, it needs to be taken with high passionality and also with that great vigor and anxiety to make sure that people or the sportsmen in our country grow and go out to represent our country. Because we've seen this before with Kipchoge, we've seen this before with the likes of Olunga, we've seen this before with the likes of you talk of Eric Ouma, myself as a footballer. So I think it's a sport that's growing bigger and more champions are going to be born from here.
Well, Sagini, let me allow you to head back to the booth and get ready for the first bout as I talk to one man, MC Fungututi, who for tonight will be our in-ring announcer. And expect that all the fighters are ready. That's Maxwell Paul, who will be taking on Vincent Nabule. Maybe lastly, before you head out, I think you have interacted with some of these guys. What do you expect in this particular bout? Think there's a difference of 63 kgs and 58 kgs, a difference, but from what you have experienced, does it play a role in?
They are both debutants at LFNE. They haven't played yet at LFNE. They are both debutants, so I expect something new from them because they have to show that what they can do and what they can have to put out for the fighters and also for the arena or for the fans. So I expect a good show for them because it's their first time and they have to put a very good fight, more than even those who have been there before.
Well, asante sana Sagini. Ladies and gentlemen, keep interactive. Make sure that if you're following it on the television or even streaming it on Facebook or YouTube, you can always keep interactive. Tell us maybe some of the prediction, what you feel about LFNE, and make sure some of the suggestions, you can also even be dropping them so that we can just review on what, because at the end of the day, we just want to make sure that we keep you entertained. MC Fungututi, I think you are ready for the in-ring announcement for the first bout. That is Max Paul, who will be in the blue corner weighing 63 kg, fighting it against Vincent Nabule in the red corner weighing 58 kg. MC Fungututi, take it away. Well, I think MC Fungututi just trying to make sure that, I think he's afraid of getting into the ring. Okay, nothing will happen to you, MC Fungututi, for tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, in case you are new and you're wondering what does LFE stand for, it's Local Night Fight Night Entertainment. Is the premier championship in the country, being the second in the continent, and is doing well. I think we've talked about earlier, and even in the past interview from the president of LFNE, you've heard him say that now mixed martial, even promotions from the USA, from different countries, are now reaching out to different promotions in the continent. That means that mixed martial art is doing well. This one is no different. LFNE making sure that some of these mixed martial artists can be able to make it in the world. I think you've been following up on LFNE. You well know that for now, Kenya can boast of having at least 3 or so fighters who are now applying their trade in South Africa, which is a win for LFNE. It's a win for mixed martial art. And we expect to see more and more things. Who knows, maybe Eboso will be the next. Maybe Wechula will be the next. I think that's something we've been following up to just make sure that these guys don't just fight it here, but they can be able to fly our flag even in different countries. I think MC Fungututi is now ready to take us into the ring and give us the in-ring announcement for the first bout. Remember, we have 10 bouts all lined up for you with the main card coming up later. This one is going to be an exciting one, and I hope out of it, for those who have been able to make it to the Kenyatta University Amphitheater, you'll come up with a lot of experience, and maybe the next time you visit LFNE, you can be able to come with a few friends. To you, back to you, MC Fungututi, in the ring.
All right, so thank you so much, Peter Pinches Mwaura, for that exciting introduction. And tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we want to begin with an exhibition match between two fighters. This is the open weight category between Maxwell Paul and Vincent Nabule. And so, ladies and gentlemen, introducing in there, blue corner, Maxwell Paul. Paul. Maxwell Paul tells me that he is 63 kgs. He is 63 kgs. You can see him. Look at the majestic strides. Look at the... this is what we do at the LFNE Championship, especially these at the 7th edition of LFNE Championship. This in the blue corner, Maxwell Paul, aka Max. All right. Introducing in the red corner, ladies and gentlemen, he goes by... Right, 156 days since last we were here.
Ziko sawa.
156 days since last we were here. It's yet another day to create more memories as Africa's famous octagon is inside Kenyatta University Amphitheatre, Nairobi, Kenya. For the third time, stars were born in LFNE1, trained, grown, and developed all through to LFNE6. And it's time for the stars to shine and even brighter as the fans await for an exciting showdown. They love fights, but they don't fight in the streets. From wherever you are watching from in the world, you are in the safe hands of Jason Sagini, the Sports Archbishop, and Marvin Lubanga.
Alright, lugha ya Kimombo na ilikuja na meli, kwa hivyo utatumia ile Uswahili. Basi pale ni bauti ya kwanza. Vijana machachari, kijana kwa jina Max P anaonana moja kwa moja na kijana hapa kwa jina lake ni...
Right, this is one of the biggest bouts to go down. The first bout of the day, Maxwell Paul against Vincent Nabule. All are debutants making their debut at LFNE 7 edition after having 6 successful editions in the country. Here they go, round 1. Down on a ground fight in a quick wrestling here as the fans love it. Grappling and pounding here on the ground. Looking out for Lagunatin choke. In the red corner stands Vincent Nabule. In the blue corner stands Maxwell Paul. That's a good takedown there. What can he do from here? Because it's going to be one of the biggest fights in the night, as we have 10 fights in the card. Just one of them before we have the main card here. Nice right kick, but a miss there from the blue trunks. Nice takedown, a good left hand. Some good wrestling here. Trying out a good takedown once again. The energy from the red corner proves to be one good point of guard. Unlocked. Now teasing each other. Great right. What can I do here? Nice right kick. Good right hand.
Maxwell seems to go in with the kick so much. watching each other from an eye, eagle eye.
And you know, as a debutant, you have to show what you can do because you need to get more fights. But for you to get those more fights, you need to show up what you can do. A good right hand and a good left from the blue trunks. Still trying to look out for a guillotine choke on the ground of the cage.
Nice holding in.
And this can take off the energy and cut off air.
Exactly. These are nice setup. He's not letting go any moment from now. Down he goes, down he goes. Is he going to tap out?
That's a good lock there. A good rear naked choke. Oh, this must take someone out. And this might be the moment here for Vincent Nabule. Maxwell Ochieng still looking out to cut off air completely. Did he tap? Danger zone. Complete danger zone here. Round one, it's over. Can say a 50-50 affair, but then 60% for Vincent Nabule in the red trunks and 40% for Maxwell Ochieng in the blue trunks. With Maxwell Paul a bit heavier than Vincent Nabule, 5 kgs heavier than Vincent Nabule, with a 2-inch height reach advantage over Nabule Vincent. On the other side, you can see 5 games with 4 wins and 1 loss for Maxwell Paul, the Max, and only 1 game undefeated, with the only win until now at LFNE for Vincent Nabule, the Nabulation, awaiting for second round. For both guys here who are debutants.
Maxwell seems to be taking it on him, heavy on him down. The referee says this one is might be a fatal injury, might rule him out of the game. That was a nice hook there from Maxwell in the blue trunks, confirming if Vincent is in shape or in a good condition to continue this match.
Yeah, that is what we do.
This must be a bloody affair here, because you can see earlier on, things weren't working so well for Vincent Nabule. And this must be one fight over, just for the first bout of the day. Now let's wait for announcement of the winner.
We want to know who is the winner. Yeah. Alright, so ladies and gentlemen, and the winner is Patrick! He is a winner by submission. Alright. That's one of them is this is an alumni, a comrade at Kenyatta University. Wapi kelele yao tafadhali. Thank you. Thank you. That was an exhibition match between Maxwell Paul, and Vincent Nabule. So ladies and gentlemen, we move on to another bout, the second bout of the night. The second bout of the night. Coming to you at Kenyatta University, Nairobi.
I'm so happy. I feel very well. I've tried my best. Thanks to my coach. Next time, I want to fight more fight. I want to be the beast and the #1 Kenyan fighter.
Well, thank you so much. That was quite awesome and brave. All right. All right, thank you so much. Now you can take your seat. Now moving on to the next exhibition bout. That is... the next exhibition bout will be between Nabule and Vincent. That is our next exhibition bout. MC, take it over.
Your mixed martial arts. Remember, you can be able to tag along our social media platforms. Go to social media, go to KUTV Kenya on Facebook. You'll be able to watch this match live. Go to Twitter at KUTV_Kenya. Go to YouTube. You can also be able to stream this match live. So ladies and gentlemen, I just want you to take selfies and then use the hashtag LFNE Championship 7, and then you can be able to tag us on these social media platforms. Kumbuka kwamba we have a free Wi-Fi. Conference is the name of the Wi-Fi, and the password is AABBCCDDEE. That is the Wi-Fi that we're going to use tonight. So ladies and gentlemen, let us see you interacting with us on social media platforms. Kumbuka kwamba pia tuko na LFNE Championships on Facebook. Tuko pia na LFNE Championship as our Twitter handle on Twitter. So ladies and gentlemen, let's keep on interacting as we wait for the second bout of the night. Coming to you here at the Kenyatta University Amphitheater, of course, live at KUTV, live at KUTV Facebook page, live at KUTV YouTube channel. So ladies and gentlemen, let's keep on interacting. I'll see you.
Well, asante sana MC Fungututi. As we get ready for the second bout, for those who are new to mixed martial art, remember, you can only win in 4 different ways, either by judge's decision, a forfeit, which in this case, we don't have a forfeit as far as now, and of course, a technical knockout. the doctor has to throw in the towel, or even the coach has to throw in the towel, and a knockout. Those are the different ways that you can be able to record a win in this particular mixed martial art. And I'm hoping you're enjoying. Give it up for the ultimate team in the building. I'm happy to see them. I think it's one of the best organized team, and it's good to see you back in LFNE. I think they'll be having one of their fighters coming later in the night. MC Fungututi, if you're ready for the second bout, that is Albanas Songa, who will be in the red corner, weighing in 83 kgs, taking on George Manga in the blue corner, weighing 84 kg, going by their nickname. This one is also going to be one tough encounter. Bout number 2. Ladies and gentlemen, this is LFNE7 coming to you live on KUTV. And of course, you can also be able to stream live on Facebook at KUTV Kenya. Keep interactive even on YouTube, KUTV Kenya. Make sure you tell a friend to tell a friend that the biggest mixed martial art event in the country is currently underway. As you sip your drinks, I'm hoping that at the end of the night, this one is going to be to go into the books of things that you would remember in the future. MC Fungututi, back to you.
All right, thank you so much, Peter Pinches Mwaura, here at Kenyatta University Amphitheater. So ladies and gentlemen, on to the second bout of the night as an exhibition match. Ladies and gentlemen, in the red corner, introducing Peter Mwasi.
Please or kill yourself and die.
Peter Mwasi in the red corner, aka Pan Ranger. 69 kilograms. That is Peter Mwasi. Ladies and gentlemen, in the blue corner.
Exactly on the second bout of the day, Peter Mwasi against Christopher Obuya. It is a lightweight category. Christopher Obuya, 4 years older than Peter Mwasi, with a weight advantage of 4 kgs and the same height for both men. 3 wins for Christopher Obuya with 1 loss. On the other hand, 5 games for Peter Mwasi, 3 wins and 2 losses. And now, before we get into the fight in round 1, let's get the official introduction from the cage with Auma. Now here we go for these 2 other men, both of them making their debut just as it was for the exhibition match earlier on. It is the second bout of the day. The first one was the exhibition, and this one is an official fight in the lightweight category. And round 1, here we go, with a nice right kick and red trunks for Peter Mwasi, blue trunks on the other hand for Christopher. It's going to be a massive showdown here with nice right and left hands and a good back control here on the ground of the cage. How it's going to be with a nice guillotine choke on the ground of the cage here.
Cutting the air supply of
And the energy from the red trunks from Christopher Obuya must be one of the greatest tools that he must be using here, because that nice control on the ground of the cage will make things happen. It will make everything to go well as planned for the red trunks for Christopher Obuya. And right now, as you can see, Peter Mwasi in the blue trunks is in full control of the game.
Exactly. As you can see, Peter Mwasi is pressing up. We can see Peter Mwasi pinning him down, Christopher. Christopher, we don't know if Christopher...
Nice unlock.
The referee calls it. He wants stand-up action. As we can see, Peter Mwasi on and on, clearing, tackling, calculating.
A good separation. Trying out on the right knee. Teasing each other. Christopher Obuya trying to use the praying mantis style of trying to tease the opponent. But then for Peter Mwasi in the blue trunks, going full guard and full body for good attacks to collect more points against Christopher Obuya. Nice right from Christopher. Both men on their feet in the first round of the lightweight category. It is going to be a massive bout here. The second bout of the day. Nice left. Tried two right and left kicks, but they failed. Nice right one once again. And a good punch from the left from Christopher Obuya and to Peter Mwasi. Still, Christopher Obuya doesn't seem to go full guard forward.
Christopher Obuya is exhibiting some, let's say, more of a calculated game right here. The fans are loving this. So he's trying to calculate the next move of his opponent, Peter Mwasi. And Peter Mwasi seems to be going in a lot, as you can see.
The fans love the fights. When they don't fight in the streets, they only love fighting on the stands and in the cage. Great left from Peter Mwasi. Oh, round one is over here.
You could see Peter Mwasi there, my friends. Again, Peter Mwasi started very well, pinning Christopher Obuya to the ground, trying to cut his air supply, going for submission. But as time went by, the referee wanted more action, so he had to split them for a stand-up. What do you say, my guy?
Good guy. Good. Look at that first round. Some good left punches
From Christopher.
consecutively from Christopher Obuya, which, if they were hefty, they could have put down or put off Peter Mwasi, but then they were not able because I think they didn't have that massive power that was required to put Peter Mwasi down on the floor, trying to look out for a submission as we await for the second round in the lightweight bout category. Second bout of the day, Peter Mwasi against Christopher Obuya. Both are debutants making their debut at LFNE7 as the referee prepares them for round two. Maybe
Peter Mwasi seems to be a fan's favorite here. According to the way he's moving in all the time, he's not backing up, he's not like calculating, he's always attacking, and that might be an advantage for him. Huh? Here we go for the second bout.
round two, here we go. Starts on a high note from Peter Mwasi with some great left and right kicks on the lower end and some good right punches and left punches from Christopher Obuya in the red corner. Great left. Now what a jab there from the left hand. Oh my goodness, Peter Mwasi is losing control here. But then he regains control inside the cage.
When you see Christopher Obuya is going in with all that he's got, he knows this is the second round, and this is where he's to take in Peter Mwasi, and Peter Mwasi seems to be losing his ground.
And even his mouth guard was even coming off.
Yeah, he had to circle over there just to counter what Christopher was bringing in. This is wonderful. This is massive.
Wow. Once again in the second round, 1 minute 7 seconds to go in round two of the lightweight category. Great stance from Christopher Obuya. Peter Mwasi is still trying to charge forward. He has been on the receiving end in the second round, in the first 30 seconds of the second round, as he tries here to go on attack and a killing spree there. Great left from Christopher Obuya. Peter Mwasi still on his legs here. time wasted in a way. 23 seconds in the second round to go. Maybe for Christopher Obuya here, he's trying to time or looking out for a good time to attack in full mode, as he's aware of also the right kicks from the lower end from Peter Mwasi, trying to put up some good stances with his legs here. Oh, this must be time wasting from away from Christopher.
Definitely, but Christopher Obuya is waiting for Peter Mwasi to attack so that he can counter. All the time, he's more of a cheetah hunter. He's using the method of the cheetah, how the cheetah hunts. As you can see, he's waiting for Peter Mwasi to come in and then attack immediately. Peter Mwasi steps or closes in the...
Great right jab
right there.
Christopher Obuya, as Marvin here says, he's waiting for the attacks from Peter Mwasi for him to take on the defense style. And what a great right jab from Christopher Obuya.
The fans want more action. And
attacking mode still. Some killing spree planned from Christopher Obuya. Oh, and timeout. Second round is over here.
Well, Sagini might be one of a wonderful show right here. Peter Mwasi on this end, he came in the first round very sharp, very keen. And Peter Mwasi here was exhibiting some real stance of fighting, but Christopher Obuya seems to be very patient with whatever he's doing. He's looking at what Peter Mwasi is doing and looking. Oh, look at that replay! Wonderful.
Oh, that was a good right hand from
Peter Mwasi.
Peter Mwasi, and then some great right and left jabs. But then Christopher Obuya came back with some good left punches, and then a left leg kick, then a good elbow on the face of Peter Mwasi, which almost put off Peter Mwasi completely. But then he was still able to be on his feet as they wait for the third round of the lightweight category. Peter Mwasi in the blue trunks and red trunks for Christopher Obuya. 5 minutes of fighting in round 3 in the lightweight category. Maybe what should we expect here?
From my end, I see Christopher Obuya doing some marvelous things here, because whenever Peter Mwasi is letting down his guard, Christopher Obuya is attacking, and whenever Peter Mwasi is coming in carelessly, as they say, Christopher is taking advantage and tackling in real hard. Let's take a look at round 3 and see what comes to be of it.
10 seconds gone in round 3 of the lightweight category. Still on the same tactics, same mode here for Christopher Obuya in the red trunks. And this must be the round of winning. If not through a decision, then it should be a KO or a TKO or a submission. Who will do that between the two debutants here? Earlier on, that was a great left jab from Peter Mwasi and to Christopher Obuya. On trials with some good left and right leg kicks as a takedown. And you can see both debutants here, they haven't gone on ground still yet.
Not at all, not at all. It seems that they want to take this up to be a stand-up fight.
Oh, wow, great counter.
A very bad mistake right there. Giving
Nice
your back to
retreat.
your opponent.
Nice retreat from Peter Mwasi. Great left. Nice right hand from Peter Mwasi. You can say both men have good reactions.
They are very patient indeed, waiting for another to make a mistake so that they can counter or make something out of it. But I see Peter Mwasi here, kwa Kiswahili wanasema analegeza kidogo, giving his back to the opponent is a very bad mistake. Christopher Obuya, very patient man in the ring, in the cage, watching what his opponent is doing immediately.
Nice!
Right hook right
wow!
there.
A great left from Christopher Obuya. 2 minutes, 55 seconds to go. Who will make it? Mr. Right hand from Christopher. No takedowns in this bout until now. Oh, wow. Peter Mwasi on the receiving end at the moment. Killing spree here activated for Christopher Obuya. Still using the same methodology. Another one on the face of Peter Mwasi. Nice left. Oh, he must be out of control now, Peter Mwasi.
Exactly.
He seems to stagger.
Exactly. I've seen right from that blow, he nearly went down, but he took up again. There he goes.
Oh. Time comes to save Peter Mwasi here. If there could be 10 more seconds, then you could see a submission or a TKO from Christopher Buya.
Well, Sagini, Christopher Buya is bringing some strong punches. He's looking at an opportunity immediately.
Great. As the third bout comes off, let's get the final decision from the cage with Fulumbuti. Great. Earlier on, you could see there, that was a great left from Peter.
That we are going to use.
And now here we come to get the official announcement from the cage with Fungututi. Great. Maybe what do you think? Who is the winner here?
According to my, let me say, to my calculations and my assuming.
So, ladies and gentlemen, as we're waiting for the results, I'm so sure that you are being entertained. Yeah, so ladies and gentlemen, we want to welcome you once again at the amphitheater. Remember, this is LFNE Championship, the 7th edition, coming to you live here at Kenyatta University. This is the amphitheater. We are here to witness these mixed martial arts bouts here at Kenyatta University. Remember, these is activities that takes a lot of practice to perfection. So I would want to urge you all not to try this at home, or not to try this in your room, or not to try this at your places of work, because it takes years of practice to perfection. You can see our fighters are very ready. We have various bouts waiting for us towards the night. So I want to urge you to sit, put, relax, and enjoy the mixed martial arts event here at Kenyatta University. This is the pioneer martial arts entertainment event, the only one that is happening in the country, plus 254. This is the most unique one. So ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, we want to show you what it takes to do a mixed martial arts. Here is where you can be able to see these young men and women who have undergone a lot of practice. They have been hitting the gyms. They have been hitting their training centers. They have been doing this every morning towards evening to make sure that this event becomes a success. So ladies and gentlemen, as you are here, sit put, relax. We are just about to announce the winner of this second bout here at LFNE Championship 7. Remember, as we are waiting, you can be able to use the hashtag LFNE Championship 7 across our social media platforms. Kumbuka kwamba tunakupatia wifi ya bure hapa ndani ya amphitheater. Kumbuka tuko na wifi inajulikana kama conference. You can be able to go through that wifi, and the password is AABBCCDDEE. That is the password for the Wi-Fi, so that you can be able to access your social media platforms, so that we can be able to share our experience of this LFNE Championship 7. Gentlemen, now we want to announce the winner of the second bout of the night. So, ladies and gentlemen, the second bout of the night between Peter Mwasi and Chris Nzomo. And the winner is Peter. Makofi yake tafadhali. All right.
Great one there, and that was a good decision from the judges inside the cage, with Peter Mwasi winning via a unanimous decision. Do you agree? Do you not agree?
Well, from my analysis, I will definitely disagree. I strongly disagree.
Why?
When you see Christopher came in, just look at that. Nice hooks, nice punches, nice kicks, taking down the. Whenever Peter Mwasi was lazing around in the cage, he was doing massive and doing destruction. So I really believe that the judges right there haven't done justice to this. The fans are happy. They're back in the cage. Let's see what the judges say again.
So, ladies and gentlemen, a correction has been made. Wapi kelele? Ya LFNE! All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, with 53 points, the winner is Christopher Obuyo.
Christopher, how does it feel?
It was good. My first time participating in MMA. Yeah, it was interesting.
Okay. So what should we look going forward?
Hopefully, I'll be a continual participant in the game. Yeah, I'm hoping to still participate in the next one.
All right, we wish you all the best and the possibility that the future could hold for you. All right, that was Christopher Obuya, of course, the winner of the second bout that was just concluded here. Although there were some few mixed up, but we are glad that error was corrected and is now the official winner of the second bout. Now moving on to the third bout, and that one, I leave it to my very able MC. Take it on.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, in the third bout, this is the middleweight category. So ladies and gentlemen, in the red corner, introducing Abanas Songa, aka Empire. Abanas Songa, aka Empire. In the red corner, Abanas Songa, aka Empire. In the red corner. Gentlemen, in the blue corner, George Manga, aka Gobo. All right, in the blue corner, George Manga.
Great fight about to go down once again. Urbanus Songai against George Manga, aka Gobo, against the Empire here inside a third bout of the night at LFNE7. And this is a middleweight category as you wait for round one to come through in the third bout of the day, middleweight category. First round about to go down here. Round one of the middleweight category. Third game of the bout of the game. Abana Songa in the blue corner and George Manga in the red corner. Blue trunks for Abana Songai and red trunks for George Manga. Both are debutants once again at LFNE, local fight night entertainment. This is a mixed martial arts franchise inside Kenya, in Kenyatta University, Nairobi, Kenya. Round one about to go down.
Well, Sagini, this seems to be a promising one. Before I usher in sketch, our fellow commentator right here, let us get to see what's going down in the cage. Round one, Abana Songai and George Manga. George Manga seems to be promising. There they go. Watching each other. Nice kick.
Nice left. Nice body punches there. It's a round one. It's almost that George Manga here was not ready to fight off. Oh, great right one. Good reaction from Abana Songai. On the ground now, look for a takedown. Oh. It's going to be an entertaining bout here once again here. Nice punch on the ground. Abana Songai started on well with George Manga on the receiving end. With a good cut of energy from the right hand. Good reaction there on a top control. And this must be the moment now as he tries off to look out for a choke. George Manga here, the one who started there. Good right hand on the neck, on the head here. Great left. Good lower kick from the right from George Manga.
Sagini. Both fighters now looking at each other, measuring after not enjoying their first interaction.
Nice reaction.
George Manga seems to be loading up his hands, forcing Abanas to use his legs, kicking to the body.
Wow! Fight over! George Manga, KO, round one, winner!
The referee seems to be counting something, maybe to check on the senses.
Oh, I almost thought that was a KO. But what a fight there.
I really don't understand why the fight
goes on
after the referee had stopped it. The referee should only intervene at the end of the fight.
Nice right from George Manga. Another one. This guy is on a very dangerous receiving end. Abana Songai.
I understand, but the referee seems to be using kickboxing rules in an MMA fight.
Look at that. Just to put in place, then this choke here almost put off Abanas, but he was able to get out of the top control with some good head kicks and good punches.
That was a good mount, but the opponent was quick to left with his hips.
Another one. Left hook.
Good left hook.
Oh.
The fans love it here. And I think the referee should have thought of ending this fight earlier on because Abana Songai was on a very dangerous receiving end.
Yes, the referee has finally waved it off.
Yeah, it's official. It has been waved off now as Abana Songai gets off his mouth guard. The winner is George Manga with a technical knockout.
Funny enough, he had to knock out his opponent more than once.
More than once. Thrice to be precise.
In the same fight.
Wow. Look at that. Good tease.
With a technical knockout, bonus. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what happens at the LFNE Championships. Remember, these are professionals who have taken years of practice to perfection. So this, I advise you not to try at home or in your room. Michuano ya LFNE. Kumbuka kwamba hii ni the only mixed martial arts events ndani ya 254. Tunakuletea moja kwa moja tukiwa ndani ya chuo kikuu cha Kenyatta, ikiwa inaletwa kwako mudhashara ndani ya runinga unayoenzi ya KU. Yani runinga inajulikana kama KUTV, a new experience. Tunakuletea tu yani a new experience ndani ya mambo kama haya ya entertainment. With a technical knockout, ladies and gentlemen, the winner is bonus. Letea michuano hii ndani ya runinga ya KU, ikiwa ni michuano ambayo inakuja moja kwa moja ndani ya amphitheater. Tuko na kueleza kwamba it only happens here at LFNE Championship. It only happens here at Kenyatta University Television. Alright, nakwambia we have a lineup of bouts coming to you. In fact, tunakwambia tunakuletea
champion himself with us here, Albanas. Yeah. Okay. Well, we have Albanas, the champion, in our third bout. Well, Albanas, how does it feel to be a champion?
Good.
Well, is this something that you had already meant that you'll be a champion?
Yeah.
So going forward, what should we expect from you, Albanas?
To win.
All right, well, we wish you all the best as you endeavor to bring more exciting bouts. Thank you so much for making time. Well, that was Albanas, the beast himself, giving us some exciting and entertaining bouts that we have just saw. Now moving on is our fourth bout, that is Mahavir Singh and Anthony Odero. Of course, we had a couple of few chances to speak with Odero, and he's just showing us what he will do tonight. Of course, we don't want to make judgment right now, but we want to see actually what he will do, and that moment is right now. But before this actual fight begins, let's take a look at what he had to say pertaining this particular bout.
Kesho tarajia ushindi kutoka kwangu. Mchezaji wangu nampeleka nyumbani mapema sana. Mafans waniaminie sana, wananijua. Na wanajua kazi yangu.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, going to bout number 4. Introducing in the blue corner, Mahavir Singh, aka Maverick. In the blue corner, introducing Mahavir Singh, aka Maverick. Maverick in the blue corner. Yeah, he tells me that he weighs 75 kgs. In the blue corner, Mahavir Singh, aka Maverick. So ladies and gentlemen, in the red corner, introducing Anthony Odero, aka Eagle.
Fighter starts. Mahavir, 32 years old, against 25-year-old Anthony Odero, weighing in at 74 kgs, 1 kg lighter than his opponent, about 10 inches shorter.
Great welterweight category now. Mavir Singh against Anthony Odero, another debutant fight here, with Mavir Singh about 7 years older than Anthony Odero, the Eagle, with 1 kg heavier than Anthony Odero, but with a 5-inch reach advantage over Anthony. 3 games, 3 wins, 0 losses for Mavir Singh. Maverick 2 and 6 games for Anthony Odero, 3 wins and 3 losses. Round 1 looming, and here we go.
The more experienced fighter in the blue corner. Taking instructions from the referee there. Mahavir Griwal against Anthony Odero. 5th fight, LFNE7, Premier Mixed Martial Arts franchise in Eastern Central Africa. Here we go.
Blue trunks for Mavir Singh, red trunks for Anthony Odero, trying out for a choke here in the first seconds of the game, with the first 10 seconds here.
Quick to clinch, Mahavir attacking with the clinch and the jab, looking for a guillotine choke there. Not secured because Anthony Odero is in full guard.
Good punches there on the ground for Anthony Odero.
His head
and a good top
free.
Control now.
Still in full guard. With Mahavir Griwal looking for the butterfly so that he can escape from the bottom.
Nice punches from the left hand of Anthony Odero.
On the receiving end of ground and pound attempts. I think Mr. Mahavir is doing well to control his opponent's hands. Now looking for the hook. Looking for a hook, lost it.
This could be a good technique here for a submission.
Mahavir in the half guard. looking to move into full guard, but his opponent there having locked his legs together. Nice 1-2 there at the bottom.
3 minutes 46 seconds inside first round of the welterweight category.
Both fighters seem to be exhausted, breathing from their mouths.
Mahavir Singh looks to be someone who knows what he's doing more.
Mahavir is already doing quite well because he's controlling most of the fights, most of the round, which means the judges will probably see it his way.
Great knee from the left.
Great knees to the body.
Great reaction there also from Anthony Odero.
Favor. Sorry, Sagini.
Nice headlock.
I wonder why Anthony chose to release his opponent there. He looked like he had a dominant position. Head kick misses. Back in the clinch. Judo flip attempt there. Mahavir Grewal in the black trunks. Blue gloves. Still in the clinch. Anthony Odero attempting some right hand hooks. We see some blood coming from Mahavir's mouth. Both fighters still breathing from their mouths, which is a clear sign of exhaustion. Mahavir looking the more exhausted fighter. Anthony less active. Left hand misses. Swings with the right hook, misses. Great head movement from Mahavir, but not in that instance.
A miss there from Mahavir Singh.
From Anthony Odero there, Jason.
A miss
from Antonio Odero are making sure that Mahavir is missing, so it is a slip and rip affair commonly seen in the greats.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is what happens at the LFNE Championships. You can be able to see this is not a joke. This is professionalism of the highest order. It takes years of practice to perfection. So ladies and gentlemen, I will urge you not to try this at home or in your rooms. Tafadhali. Brian Munyi, tafadhali, be on standby. Brian Munyi, tafadhali, be on standby.
They call me Megatron. Shorty's a Megacon.
Of the fourth bout, ladies and gentlemen, this is Mahavir Singh and Anthony Odero. Mahavir Singh in the blue corner, Anthony Odero in the red corner.
His opponent, Mahavir Grewal, retaining his clinch position. Both fighters able to stay on their feet there. Sagini, I don't know what you think about the conditioning of these fighters, because it is round 2 and they look super exhausted. None of them is as active as they were in the first round. What do you think?
Yeah, sure, they look exhausted, both men here. But I think it's because of that vigorous action in the first round that puts off some energy from them, as Mahavir Singh here tries to take down Anthony Odero with a judo flip here, but then he fails.
Gets a
good,
reverse
right
guillotine choke there. In the reverse guillotine, not trying to end it because he's still
bloody affair for
pounding on his opponent.
Mahavir Grewal seems
Very
to need
animated
some
crowd there.
medical attention.
Peculiar position for both fighters. Both choosing to rest and keep their energy. Most times, this is the time where the referee should separate the fighters so that they can get back to a standing position and give the fans an exciting fight that they came to see here at the KU Amphitheater, LFNE7.
Nice right hook from Anthony Odero.
Mahavir has barely done anything in this round.
He's tired. He's bleeding. I think he's praying insanely for time to run off for him to at least get some rest and also get some medical attention.
Unfortunately, in the LFNE cage, hope is not a strategy.
3 minutes in round 2.
He'd be better off trying to attack more.
And this should be the opportunity.
Great right hook to the jaw there.
Another one.
Mahavir returns fire with straight
misses. A hook misses there. And then a left swing.
Anthony Odero is missing his punches because he's loading up and swinging, as opposed to Mahavir, who is throwing straight punches towards his opponent.
Great right hand from Mahavir Grewal.
Back in the clinch.
Oh!
Misses the uppercut.
Wow. There's a fun
Referee.
here.
Oh, it's a fun.
Tries also
Enjoying
show
it.
his skills.
Enjoying it to the point of showing his own skills.
Nice miss. Right kick from Anthony
Bad
Odero.
sign. That is
He's
a bad
missing
sign
every kick.
Yes, it is a bad sign for Anthony because he's missing again.
Wow! A good right hand from Anthony Odero on the floor of the cage. And Gilles Mahavir Singh. Great punches. Consecutively, it's over.
Ends it. With 1 minute 55 seconds in the second round, Anthony Odero gets a TKO finish on Mahavir Grewal in a lackluster performance from both of the fighters.
Killing spree activated here for Anthony Odero, who earlier on was missing out punches, but then when he got the chance, he had to do it right. And he did it very, very right here for Anthony Odero. And now let's get the official announcement of the winner from the cage
This is what happens at
with
KUTV
Fungu
LFNE
Tuti.
Championships. Remember, the show is on the spot live, coming to you here at Kenyatta University Amphitheater. This is LFNE Championships. Imekuwa shughuli noma, imekuwa shughuli kali sana. Anakuambia na bado ndio mambo inakuja sasa. Ni shughuli kali, shughuli noma, of course. Courtesy of KUTV, courtesy of Kenyatta University, courtesy of LFNE Championships, courtesy of Kenyatta University Amphitheater. Yes. Haya basi, tunangoja tukujua winners wetu ni kina nani. Tunangoja kusikia tu winners wetu ni kina nani hapa ndani ya Amphitheater. It has been a very exciting match between Mahavir Singh, aka Maverick, and Anthony Odero, aka. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, we are about to announce the winner between Mahavir Singh and Anthony Odero. So ladies and gentlemen, and the winner is Anthony.
Exemptional sana, hatari sana. Odero, karibu tuzungumze. Is the winner of so far. Imagine tumefika to match bout number 4, and you can hear the excitement from the amphitheater, and it's been exemptional. Odero, hali vipi? How does it feel? Umepiga kitu yako, shughuli yako maridadi, unafilaje sasa?
Nafeel fit sana. Nilikuwa nimepromise mafans wangu kwanza nita make it.
Kila kitu yenye ulikuwa umepanga imefanyika ama kuna kitu hujatumia leo?
Nilikuja nikijua hiyo game ni yangu. Yeah.
Hongera sana Odero, and all the best in the future. Well, ladies and gentlemen, in case you are tuning in to KUTV right now, that has been our 4th bout. Odero, Anthony, Igo Odero being the champion. Hongera sana Odero, enda upumzike mtu wangu. Ladies and gentlemen, as I said, this one promises to be an exciting mixed martial art. We are lining up from bout number 5, which again promises to be exciting. I think you have seen fighters trying to fade each other's light out. I think some submission technique, and I'm hoping that moving forward we can be able to experience and get to enjoy more and more submission technique. MC Fungututi is still giving us the in-ring announcement. Again, a massive shout out to our doctor, one man, Fred Okengo, who just making sure that all the fighters are okay. Make sure that you keep interacting on our social media platform at KUTV Kenya. Hashtag on Twitter is KUTV LFNE7. And of course, you can also follow us live on KUTV Kenya on Facebook. Same on YouTube, KUTV Kenya. MC Fungututi, take it away for bout number 5 for the night.
Asante sana Peter Pinches Mwaura. We are now moving to bout number 5. And so, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you are ready for bout number 5. Remember, this is LFNE Championship 7, the 7th edition, yani awamu ya 7. Inakuja moja kwa moja ndani ya runinga ya KU. Inakuja moja kwa moja ndani ya chuo kikuu cha Kenyatta. Tukiwa hapa ndani ya ukumbi wa amphitheater. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to introduce, yani kwa mpigo nataka kuwaleta kwenye jukwaa, Brian Munyi in the red corner. In the blue corner, Brian Munyi. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, this is Brian Munyi coming to you in the red corner. All right. Anamuona anajisatiti, anajipiga pumbwaza, anasema yeye ndo mkali wao. Oho, inafahamika hii ni LFNE Championships. Anajisatiti huyu Brian Munyi in the blue corner. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Brian Munyi. All right. Haya basi, huyo ni Brian Munyi in the blue corner. And in the red corner, ladies and gentlemen, help me introduce to you Kelvin Okemo. In the red corner, Kevin Okemo.
Mina rep on Ami, send me money, mteja patika.
Mosi tunakuletea basi mchuano baina ya Brian Munyi na Kelvin Okemo. Kwenye red corner ni Kelvin Okemo, na kwenye blue corner ni Brian Munyi. Take it away.
Into round 1 of the featherweight category here. Brian Munyi against Kevin Okemo. Brian Munyi against Kevin Okemo. Things are about to go down here in round 1 of the featherweight category here. Blue trunks for Kevin Okemo and red trunks for Brian Munyi. Starts on a high note from the blue trunks corner. Kevin Okemo with some good right and left punches, but then good reaction from Brian Munyi, who takes down Kevin Okemo on the cage of the floor. Good headlock from Kevin Okemo onto Brian. This could be a strategy also to put off the energy from Brian Munyi. Good reaction on the ground for Kevin Okemo. Both men on a good lock here, trying out for a triangular choke on the floor of the cage. Not yet able to get over them, as the fans here love it also. Five minutes of fighting in round 1, 3 minutes 50 seconds to go. Kevin Okemo looks to be in some danger here. On a good top control now from Brian Munyi.
Brian Munyi with the back control on top of Kevin Okemo.
Nice
Referee
head
warning
punches.
him not to hit the back of the head because it is illegal.
And here we go. 3 minutes, 20 seconds in round 1 to go. Still on a good top control here for Brian Munyi. And this could be the moment.
Brian Munyi doing well to control his hands and ensure that Kevin Okemo does not get behind his neck. Although he's looking for an armor platter. Looks like he will get an armor platter with a position where his hand is behind the opponent's neck and around his shoulder.
Wow, some good elbows there from Brian Munyi. Nice punches.
Ground and pound. Referee ends the fight. Round 1. Technical knockout. Kevin Okemo.
Checking out for Kevin Okemo if he's in good shape to continue the fight here.
Do you think he should continue with the fight?
I think he should, because he still looks in some good shape and he can put up something in this remaining minutes of the first round as Brian Munyi tries to get on a right hook. Nice left and right from both men.
Great takedown there by Brian Munyi. Brian Munyi there in the full guard. Kevin Okemo in control of both of his opponent's hands, pulling him down to ensure that he does not get on the receiving end of a ground and pound attack from Brian Munyi. Kevin Okemo still illegally holding the cage.
And I think he's not in very good shape here for Kevin Okemo.
He has removed his mouth guard from his...
Round 1 is over.
The fans are wondering about the turn of events.
Look at those punches from the right hand.
At this point, the fight should have been ended.
It should have been ended, yeah, correct. But the referee allowed the fight to continue. And it's first round over.
Brian Munyi
winning via TKO in the first round of the game.
With a Samoan tattoo on his left hand.
Good performance from this guy. First game, first appearance, first debut, and a good spinning styles on the cage here. Killing spree for Brian Munyi, and a good one from Brian.
Inaitwa Malihu. Inaitwa. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, we now want to announce the winner. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, and the winner is Brian Munyi.
One time all day, every day. Don't wait, baby.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, that was bout number 5, and so we want to move on to bout number 6.
Well, we have the winner of the fourth bout. That is Brian Munyi. Brian, thank you so much for making time. First of all, congratulations for your victory. How does it feel to be a champion?
First of all, where are those Mutarakwa guys? Watu wa Meru wako wapi? Watu wa Meru wako wapi? Mtu wenyu alikataa kunifight. Alisema mimi ni mzito sana. Mbona ule msedi nimeingia hapo na yeye alikuwa mzito kuniliko. Na nikampiga, kenye umesema, na nikampiga.
So, Brian, now that you're champion, what should we expect from you going forward?
Mimi nataka wase wa Meru, hiyo ndio ilikuwa bout yangu ya leo. Nataka wase wa Meru. Omboenga fanya hivyo.
Well, the message is pretty clear. Brian wants the people from Meru, probably in the next edition of LFNE7. And now moving on to our 6th bout, that is Brian Sereti and Clinton Mujivani. That will be the next bout on card. And of course, Brian has been there. We have seen his skill, and he's very skillful fighters. But now he'll be facing yet another again skillful fighters. It's just a match that all of us can't wait to see what will unfold, because your guess is as good as mine. Now, MC Fungututi, take it on.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, that was bout number 5. We are now moving on to bout number 6. Kumbuka kwamba tuko ndani ya KUTV. Kumbuka kwamba the hashtag that we are using is LFNE Championship 7. Kama uko kwa Twitter, tafadhali take some selfies and then post on your Twitter handle ukitumia hashtag LFNE7. I want to move on to the next bout. This bout is coming up in a few minutes. So ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Yeah, so ladies and gentlemen, this is what happens in LFNE Championship 7. You have been able to see this, and remember, this is professionalism of the highest order. It takes years of practice to perfection, and so I urge you not to practice this at home or in your room or in your places of work or in your places of residence. So ladies and gentlemen, introducing bout number 6. Introducing bout number 6. Yeah, wananiambia kwamba they have been taking part in their training seriously, and their coaches are okay. Their doctors are saying that these are very, very physically fit for this bout, and they are ready to showcase what they have been doing for the last few weeks. So ladies and gentlemen, bout number 6 coming up. So ladies and gentlemen, bout number 6 is going to be between Brian Serete, aka Brayola, and then Clinton Mujivani. Brayola, aka Brian Serete, and Mujivani, bringing bout number 6. So ladies and gentlemen, Mr. DJ, you ready? All right, so introducing Brian Serete, aka Brayolo.
The patient and the
Mujivani. In the blue corner, Clinton Mujivani. Oh, this is bout number 6, of course, coming to you between Brian Serete, aka Brayola, and Clinton Mujivani. Taking
Siga, 1 year older than Leslie Masiga, with 1 kg lighter than Clinton Mjivanje. The same height, 14 fights for Brian Serete, 11 wins, 3 losses, 5 fights, 3 wins, and 2 losses for the debutant Clinton Mjivane.
Brian Serete is an experienced fighter, trains out of the Ultra Fitness team alongside other great fighters known for their fight night promotion.
And if you talk about Brayola, Brian Serete is making his second appearance here after debuting at LFNE7, where he won via TKO in round 3 against debutant at that time, George Itumo, the Maverick. And as you said, right, from Ultra Gym Fitness. And I expect also a good showdown from Brayola here.
Very experienced fighter under the coaching of Mr. Morris.
Round 1 going. Round 1 we go. 4 minutes, 52 seconds of fighting, and here we go.
Looking like the more composed fighter.
Good takedown.
Judo flip quickly, puts his opponent on the ground. This looks like it will end quickly. Looking to take his opponents back. There is Brian Serete.
Great reaction.
Failure in the judo flip there. Clinton Mjivane attempting to get a guillotine but not getting it. Brian Serete welcoming his opponent back on his feet.
The fans can't wait for the final decision of the fight here.
Eagerness in their eyes.
Being a featherweight category bout.
Great one,
right
two
spinning
from the more composed Brian Serete. Quick on his
spinning
feet.
right there.
Head kick misses. Great feints there. Leg kick from Brian Serete, the more active fighter in round number 1 against a flat-footed Clinton Mjivane.
A debutant here at LFNE, Clinton Mjivane in the red trunks. A good right hand from Brian Serete.
You see, Clinton is in the orthodox Muay Thai stance against Brian Serete, who is a more experienced Muay Thai fighter, putting himself at a disadvantage in this MMA fight.
Nice
well
fight
measured,
there.
both fighters, good feints, lateral movement from Brian Serete. Feinting the jab. No activity from Clinton Mjivane until that attempt for a leg kick. Brian Serete's fans at the edge of their seats there. They know what to expect from the heavy-handed fighter who's now gone in the southpaw position. Standing southpaw, Brian Serete attacking with his back foot. These attacks at the center toward the body of the opponent seem to exhaust the opponent, so it is a good attack. Great left hand behind the right feint there from a southpaw Brian Serete. Spinning back fist misses there from Clinton Mjivane. Brian Serete attacks the body once more. Sagini, quite a well matched fight where both fighters are composed. None is brawling, none is rushing into things. Brian Serete puts his hands down, maybe not seeing a challenge.
Good right hand there from Brian Serete.
Right hand puts his opponent to sit. Brian Serete telling Clinton Mjivane to sit down and think about.
And the countdown there from the referee to find out if he's in good shape to continue the game. Count number 8. Count number 9. Oh, it's over. Round number 1. Brian Serete, Brayola inside round number 1. TKO against Clinton Mjivane. Second time making a TKO in his second appearance for Brayola. A good performance in the first round here for Brayola. Earlier on with a good left hand and the right jab there, putting down Clinton Mjivane, the debutant here, making him to sit down like a baby. From the count of 1 to 9, he wasn't able to stand up to continue. Brayola is flying in the air at the moment. He's enjoying it. Sure. And you can say maybe next time Brayola here should be going out full for a title bout, because if you take a look at LFNE6 at his debut, he had a good experience with the first appearance at LFNE6, making his debut there and winning via a TKO in round 3. And here once again with a TKO in round 1, you can say he is fit for a title bout. And now let's get the official announcement of the results from the cage with the MC Fungu Tuti.
All right. So ladies and gentlemen, with a technical knockout This is a TKO. The winner is Brian Serrate, aka Brayolo. Yeah, that is a sportsmanship of the highest order. I remember, ladies and gentlemen, this is a sport. But do not try this at home because it takes years of practice to perfection, and it has to be supervised with professionals for you to achieve this level of professionalism. Kumbuka kwamba inakuja kwako ndani ya runinga ya KU, inakuja kwako moja kwa moja njia mubashara ndani ya ukumbi huu wa Amphi Theater.
We have our the winner of our sixth bout, that is Brian Serrate. Well, Brian, hongera sana kwa ushindi wako. Wewe katika hii pigano, of course tumeona umetumia ujuzi mwingi. Pengine unaweza tueleza ni competitors ndo hauna au vipi?
Ndivyo mwenye umesema. Ma competitors ndo hakuna bro.
Na hii ni pigano lako la pili kushinda. Yeah. Pengine tutarajia nini kutoka kwako siku za usoni?
Nilikuwa na suppose ku match up na Leslie, but alikuja na story mobo, sijui ameumia, amevunjika, sijui nini last week. Ilikuwa 1 week before the fight. So
na kwa wale mashabiki
stick tu na jiu-jitsu, asiingie huko ndani. Okay. Huko nani atafanywa mbaya? Huko ni kubaya.
Na mashabiki ambao wanafuatilia sana pigano hili na wamekuwa wakikusupport sana, pengine unawaambia tarajie nini?
Tunaona tu juu mimi kupata opponent ni ngumu. Okay. So itabidi wameletea mtu kutoka outside. Hapa hakuna mwenye ako level yangu hapa. Hapa Kenya hakuna mwenye ako level yangu. Itabidi mimi nitafutia mtu kutoka outside. Juu itabidi nimecheza weight class zote. Bantam, flyweight, welter, yote.
Well, that is a challenge taken home. That was Brian Serrate, of course, the winner of the sixth bout. Of course, he has thrown in a challenge. He doesn't have a competitor. Of course, we have plenty of fighters here. I hope they are taking notes. And in the next edition, we want to see the strongest of all facing Brian Serrate. Of course, hawa watu wa Ultra Fitness wanakaa wakali.
Nasema thanks kwa timu yangu, kwa coach wangu hapa, Coach Morris. Amenisaidia sana. Kona man hapa, but Alfi mwenyewe. Achebi hapo. Timu huko hivyo.
Well, shukran sana kwa wakati wako. Tunakutakia kila laheri katika pigano lako. Tunatarajia mengi kutoka kwako. Well, that was Brian Serrate. Now moving on to our seventh bout of the night, and that will be between Bernard Achoki and Steve Biko. That is coming up next. MC, take it on.
All right. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being with us. Thank you so much for coming to the LFNE Championships 7. All right. So we want to take a short commercial break. A short commercial break before we move to the second round. And for this short commercial break, I want to introduce an artist. Before I introduce an artist, I want to introduce a performing artist to come on stage and give us a little bit of entertainment as we take this short commercial break. So ladies and gentlemen, all the way from Nairobi, give it up for Jambio. DJ, take it away.
Yeah. Oh, Susanna, I hope you're happy now. I see you flexing on the ground with your sponsor.
Susanna, I hope you're happy now. I see you change your skin color and your hair's longer now. Nakuona pari hapo kando ya Champs-Elysees, ukitesa na kamini none of my business. And I see you in London, silicone on your bum bum, checking what your doctor gave ya on your work behavior. Susanna Vande, hello, hello, hello. If you get to hear this song, somebody love Susanna Vande. Hello, hello, hello. Change your mind and come back home. Somebody loves you. Yeah. Come on and do the one. Mwanamke tabia, shepu ni majaliwa, ilo wengi walinyimwa tabia, na shepu kabarikiwa. Mwanamume hisia, pesa ni majaliwa, ilo wengi walinyimwa hisia, na pesa kabarikiwa. Na kuona hapo kando ya Champs-Elysees, ukitesa na kamini none of my business. And I see you in London, silicone you know bamba, checking what your doctor gave ya on your behavior. Susanna Vande, hello, hello, hello. Change your mind and come back home. Somebody loves you. Susanna Vande, hello, hello, hello. Change your mind and come back home. Somebody loves you. Yeah. I send them a koso singizi usiku kucha mina dua. I send akilini moyoni padoe wanizuzua. When are you coming home, baby? Let me hear you on your way. Tupe tukipendana, kiwa mio na Julia. I send a koso singizi usiku kucha mina dua. I send akilini moyoni padoe wanizuzua. When are you coming home, baby? Tell me are you on your way? Tupe tukipendana, kiwa mio na Julia. I send one day. Hello, hello, hello. If you get to hear this song, somebody loves you. Susanna Vande. Hello, hello, hello. If you get to hear this song, somebody loves you.
Wapi kelele ya Jambio! All the way from Nairobi. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to ask you that you can also be able to visit our tables there at the entrance. You can be able to get your Bavaria drinks. You can be able to get our Powerhouse drinks because they are the sponsors of LFNE Championship 7. DJ Shikilia. Yani nakwambia unaweza nunua kinywaji pale nje cha Bavaria kwa sababu wao ndio wadhamini wa michuano hii ya LFNE Championship 7. So ladies and gentlemen, in that design, in the same spirit, I want to introduce an artist all the way from Mombasa to Nairobi, Kenya to perform at the LFNE Championship 7. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Madudu. Madudu, welcome on stage.
G. Shika mic. Peweni mic huko. Shika, oya, frenzy. Chukua hii hapa. Oya. What's up, Kenyatta University? Piga nduru wewe.
Yo, whoa.
University wewe. Twende mambo mad. Oya, kidogo DJ.
Ambia DJ cheze kwanza.
Kidogo DJ, shikilia. Oya, mbona mnakaa mmeboeka, mnakuwa aje? Kenyatta University.
Yo, ikue.
Oya. Sawa, twenzetu. Oya.
Zoza zeseki bro.
Nipe DJ.
Nilikuwa nafikiria hivi. Badala ya beef. Next time unaingia hapa na rapa. Mnapambana.
Wanangu kumeki drip mambo madogo. Mimi najiskumoka CBD mambo madogo.
mambo madogo. Mambo madogo, mina wanangu kumake it mambo madogo. Mina just kumoka CBD mambo madogo. Mambo madogo. Ati I'm rolling off na south. Miri mwanangu buta ni mita. Hizo ni chuku iko nini. Watazo na luku wara una solar lights. Nyara hii ni buga fans. Hizi chuja hutosha indani. Isuku ka achido. Napenda kete kama rido. Nachora na paint just us. Kijana DJ na jingles. Gola na walk miles. Amia machoko we get the keys. I'm trapping running V-Town. Alafu sherehe ni chimbo side. I'm calling them out kwa YG. Kila luni down the OG. Bisha na upaki ni soft drill. Mambo madogo yote kimana. Na quick cup ukiwa na hela na jela sana. Ati mambo madogo, mina wanangu kumake it mambo madogo. Mina jiskumoka CBD mambo madogo. Twende mambo madogo. Kila mtu twende mambo madogo. Mina wanangu kumake it mambo madogo. Mina jiskumoka CBD mambo madogo. Mambo madogo. From 7 twende. Ulala si option man, this future panga hustle daily your caption, cause end goal ni kupop kwa telly. Set of attraction, koi function na trika jelly. Na bring in distraction, with the buzz bro man na uko ready. Tuna bonga mob na udongi do. Miss kuskizi, yaman yako banana tupate Bahamas. Tupo kule ndizi Tupula bane tabaki mehama, cause my bros ni cheesy. Wena nana, tuwezi fanana, wezi kuwa mimi. Pole I'm sorry, nikitoka usiwori. Nilikuwa na gari ndogo jana, kesho ni lori. Pole I'm sorry, nikitoka usiwori. Nilikuwa na gari ndogo jana, kesho ni lori. Mambo madogo, mina wanangu kumake it mambo madogo. Mina jiskumoka CBD mambo madogo. Mambo madogo. Twende mambo madogo. Mina wanangu kumake it mambo madogo. Mina jiskumoka CBD mambo madogo. Mambo madogo. Mambo madogo. Mambo madogo. Mambo madogo. Yaliyopita tunaonyesha kisogo. Looking for ways tunatumia ubongo. Nasdai warazi jua tutaki usoro. Squeezy na me fresh hakuna food boro. Niteka matiba kumbe Johnny Boko. Aleke mtele kisha nikalala nono. Yo mambo madogo. What up mambo madogo. That's a big one. Mambo madogo. Twende akapela jamaa. Mambo madogo. Mina wanangu kumake it mambo madogo. Mina jiskumoka CBD mambo madogo. Mambo madogo. Yeah, thank you KU manze. Check out manze. My followers out there manze.
We are Madudu. This is Mr. Ben 47 ito Frenzy.
I'm Madudu Kenya on Instagram.
Mfanye kweli pale. Mfanye kweli pale.
Ben 47 di Frenzy. Thank you KU manze.
Yo asanteni manze. Big up.
Wapi kelele yao tena all the way from Mombasa.
Yeah.
Yani nakwambia.
Hapo sasa.
Aya, ladies and gentlemen, all the way from Mombasa, introducing the most beautiful, the most amazing lady. Give it up for Waridi Tamu.
Yeah. DJ Vincent hapo achia kiasi. Waridi Tamu. Hapo vipi? Nimepata missed call. Unasema nini mwendani? Nimepata missed call. Unasema nini mwendani? Ndo maana nakupigia ili unieleze jambo, ndio maana nikapiga ili unieleze jambo. Ninaposema unanimisi hilo sidanganyi, ninaposema unanihisi DJ achia pasta. Yeah. Mambo vipi? Natambulisha wimbo leo. Kesho utakuwa YouTube au vipi? Pasta amenifuatilia sana. Achia Vincent hiyo. Meseji za fulani ambaye na muhamini zimezua tafarani, zanichoko za moyoni, zanitia matatani, za kereketa mtimani, najiuliza kuna nini humu kwetu kanisani, nashindwa nifanye nini ama nihame kanisani. Pasta, kwa nini waniandama? Pasta, acha kuniandama. Pasta, kwa nini waniandama? Pasta, acha kuniandama. Pasta, meseji zako zinatamba. Pasta, wanifukuza kanisani. Pasta, nitahama kanisani. Mimi nitahama WhatsApp. Mimi nitahama WhatsApp. Nikakwende TikTok sababu pasta umezidi. Unatuma picha sana sababu pasta umezidi. Unatuma picha sana. Pasta, kwa nini waniandama? Pasta, acha kuniandama. Pasta, kwa nini waniandama? Pasta, acha kuniandama. Pasta, meseji zako zinatamba. Pasta, wanifukuza kanisani. Pasta, nitahama kanisani. Hapo sasa. Acha kuniandama. Pasta, acha kuniandama. Pasta, acha kuniandama. Pasta, kwa nini waniandama? Pasta, acha kuniandama. Pasta, kwa nini waniandama? Pasta, acha kuniandama. Pasta, meseji zako zinatamba. Pasta, wanifukuza kanisani. Pasta, nitahama kanisani. Hapo sasa. Basi hapo ni mwisho au sio? Waridi tamu huyo.
Wapi kelele ya waridi tamu? Wapi kelele ya waridi tamu all the way from Mombasa, ladies and gentlemen. Now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing Nairobi. After coming from Mombasa, now we coming to Nairobi. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to introduce to you this particular artist all the way from Nairobi to come and perform to us here at the LFNE Championship 7. Give it up for Adogo. DJ, you ready? DJ, finya play. Finya hapo.
What's up KU, naitwa Adogo, kwa majina naitwa Adogo. Unaweza nipata hapo Instagram, unaweza nipata mahali popote by the name Adogo. I'm going to perform for you the name Sugar. Sugar is my single from my album Campus Life. Unaweza ipata pale zote, pale YouTube, Boomplay, unaweza pata Spotify. Yeah, so DJ, achia. My sugar plum plum. sugar, 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 oh sugar, 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 my sugar. Sugar, oh sugar. Let me see your hands. Baby girl, I want your sugar, 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 oh sugar, 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 my sugar. Sugar, oh sugar. Hey. Come close.
Have some sugar.
Sweet baby queen, can I taste your sugar? Sweet Madalena, can I have some sugar? Check it. Sweet Madalena, can I have some sugar? Empress me queen, can I taste your sugar? Sweet Madalena, can I have some sugar? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Come closer, let me control her. Hivi kama penzi limenoga. Penzi wanna love you all over, all over. I want your love. Baby, me not lose direction. Baby, me not lose direction. Where's my sugar? Must be crazy, got me chasing. Baby girl, I want your sugar, 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 oh sugar, 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 my sugar. Sugar, oh sugar. This side, watch anyone. Baby girl, I want your sugar, 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 oh sugar, 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 my sugar. Sugar, oh sugar. Baby girl, I want your sugar, 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 my sugar, 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 oh sugar. Thank you, that was my time, KU. My name is Adogo, thank you.
Adogo. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, that marks the end of the entertainment break. I want us now to kickstart the second round of this LFNE Championship 7 here at the amphitheater, of course, coming to you live at Kenyatta University Television, coming to you at the amphitheater. So ladies and gentlemen, I want now.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, from some missed calls, some sugar, some entertainment for you. This is LFNE7, making sure that you can be able to enjoy some mixed martial art as well as some music from some of the artists. And remember, same as LFNE, KUTV has everything tailored for you. We have a show that runs on every day from 4 p.m. just to make sure that you get some taste of this kind of music run by one Silvana Mbatu and Mwihaki Njogu. So make sure you tune in to KUTV every 4 p.m. And of course on Friday, they have a live show where artists can get an opportunity to showcase their talent. From here, MC Fungututi from your side, I want us to have a quick fun interaction.
Yeah.
Unajua tunaweza kuwa tunafikiria watu wanajibamba.
Si ndio?
Na kumbe watu ni ma missed call tu wanapokea hapa.
Haya basi nakwambia pia mimi niko ngangari.
Try talk to some people there, alafu I position myself.
Yeah.
I don't know whether niende side ya Ultra team. We get to hear from them. Tusikie mafans wanasemaje. Take it away MC Fungututi.
Haya basi hapa niko na baba mkubwa hapa. Amesimama, ametulia, amekuwa kifuatilia hii LFNE. Wacha nataka kujua tu umejihisi vipi ndani ya LFNE Championship. Unajulikana kama nani?
Najulikana kama Coach Pato.
Anaitwa Coach Pato. Uko na player hapa ndani?
Niko na player.
Aya, so far umejionea vipi hii LFNE?
Imekuwa moto kabisa.
Any highlight moment for you?
Iko sawa.
Iko sawa. Aya basi wacha niangalie hapa basi. Niko na mgeni wetu hapa all the way from wapi? Where do you come from, sir?
England.
England?
Yeah.
Why are you here? Are you here as a fan or you are here as a promoter?
As a fan.
As a fan?
Yeah.
What is the most highlight moment here at this LFNE Championship 7?
The last fight when he dropped him with that right.
That was amazing for you?
Yeah, that was good.
So you're having fun?
Yeah, very much so.
What about the entertainment that we've seen?
Perfect.
Okay, thank you. Wacha niangalie tena watu wengine.
Ama kuna MC Fungututi, ukitafuta.
Haya, wacha nitafute basi.
Niko na mmoja hapa. How are you?
Okay.
What's your name?
Sijasikia swali.
What's your name?
Michael.
Naona uko na lebo ya Ultra team, part of the team that is training the fighters, ama umekuja hapa kama nani?
Part of the team and also a supporter. That's the gym I train in.
Okay. So far so good, your fighters wanafanya vizuri. Brayola tumemuona amepiga kitu hatari sana na akasema of course in Kenya hakuna mtu anaweza mpiga. How do you feel so far about your fighters?
Well, I'm happy about it. Hata ukiona akiongea hivyo amechapa kazi sana. So it's the work of his efforts and the coach as well.
So far so good, you're enjoying the LFNE7?
Yes, I am.
Asante sana, some gender balance, wacha nitafute mrembo. I have one here. How are you? What's your name?
Hi, I'm Liz.
Liz, are you enjoying the LFNE7?
Yes, I am.
So far, so good?
The previous fight was too short.
Too short? So, what are you looking forward going forward? I think we're in bout 6. So I don't know what you're taking from the too short, but anyway, let's move on. We are in bout number 6. What are you waiting? Maybe you have some expectation in the coming bouts.
Yeah, I'm Team Carter, so I'm looking forward to him winning.
All the best. Keep enjoying. Fungututi, sijui kama umepata mtu from your side.
Haya basi, niko na watu hapa bado. Kuna watu hapa wamechangamka. Anataka kujua tu wanasikia vipi kukuwa ndani ya LFNE Championship 7. Haya, jifahamishe unaitwa nani?
Majina naitwa Dante.
Dante?
Kabisa.
Kutoka wapi?
KU.
KU?
Yes.
Unajihisi vipi kuhusu LFNE Championship 7?
Manze, show imekuwa fiti walai.
Umebambika sana?
Kabisa walai.
What is your most highlight moment hapa ndani ya LFNE?
Manze, mimi ni fiti walai, iko sawa kabisa.
Alright, sawa. Wacha nitafute mwingine basi wa mwisho.
Fungututi,
yeah.
Wacha nikuache upumzike and get ready maybe to give us an in-ring announcement for the next bout. As I talk to this one particular fan hapa, bado niko side ya Alto Trim. How are you? What's your name?
Briola is a monster. Wachia hapo.
Well, you heard it from this particular one. I think people are having fun, and I'm hoping every person, we will try and have another fun interaction to just make sure we go around the hall and at least tusikie watu wanasemaje. MC Fungututi, if you're ready for bout number 7, we'll be having Bernard Achoki, a young one, facing Steve Biko, the turbine. This one is going to be an exciting one. 68 kg, a difference of 1. Bernard Achoki with 69 kg, and of course, Steve Biko with 68 kg. MC Fungututi, are you ready?
I am ready. Thank you so much, Peter Pinches Mwaura. Nakwambia, we are very ready for the next bout. This is bout number 7. So, ladies and gentlemen, introducing in the blue corner, Bernard Achoki. Wapi makofi ya Bernard Achoki? This is the blue corner, Bernard Achoki, aka Buffalo. Wow. All right. Bernard Achoki, 69 kilograms in the blue corner. So, ladies and gentlemen, in the red corner, introducing Steve Biko, aka Red Turbine from Hell. Steve Biko, aka Red Turbine from Hell. Ayabasi, this is 68 kilograms in the red corner. Steve Biko, aka Red
Enjoy the
Great.
bout number
Round
7.
1 coming now. A lightweight category. Bernard Choki inside the red trunks and blue trunks for Steve Biko. Actually, it's vice versa. Steve Biko in the red trunks and blue trunks for Bernard Choki. A good lower. Right. 4 minutes of fighting out of 5 in round 1 of the lightweight category here. Nice lower kick from the right. Great both men on a clinch fist on the walls of the cage. And now trying to look out for a good control here from the blue trunks from Bernard Choki here.
Bernard Choki, they are comfortable and content to keep the fights on the feet and against the cage there. Working hard to get a guillotine choke there is Steve Biko. Bernard Choki still stable on his feet there. Clinch position for about 30 seconds. Steve Biko trying to get a sweep onto the ground there by pulling guard. Proves impossible. Hands to the body from Bernard Choki. Great elbows there in the clinch from Steve Biko there, Sagini.
Right, both men still on a clinch on their feet inside the cage here. Still not yet to see a vigorous activity inside the cage in round 1 as round 1 ends. Round 1 ends in a 50-50 affair here in the lightweight category.
Bernard Choki is really feeling it there. It's like he wanted more minutes in the first round. First round gone. 50-50 affair, as you have put it, Sagini. Looking forward to see what the second round offers. On the first round, seems like they were testing out each other. We see the replays there. Left, right, left, right.
And you can say Bernard Choki, the Buffalo here, who is making his second appearance at LFNE after making his debut at LFNE6. And stepped in the last minute for the fight versus Danish Oko, the Wolf, and lost in round 1 via a rare naked choke inside round 1 in his debut at LFNE 6. And that is 156 days ago, where he's making his second appearance here in the lightweight category against a debutant, Steve Biko, a turbine from hell.
Steve Biko doing quite well for a first time in the LFNE cage, looking quite composed, not as tired, not breathing heavily. As we go into round 3 here, the cage door closes behind referee Karanja. There.
It's round 2 now, not round 3, it's round 2 inside the lightweight category. As referee Karanja waits for the floor to be cleaned here, for there was some that wasn't supposed to be inside there. Fans come from all over the world. Talk of India, Canada,
Pakistan,
London, Pakistan,
America,
and even my homeland, Mexico. There we go. Second round, 3 minutes of fighting. Killing spree activated here for Steve Biko. Nice lower leg kick from the right. A good left.
Mutual left hands on both fighters.
From both fighters. Another one from the left. Oh, it's slippery here.
Slippery cage there.
I think something should be done here for referee Karanja. And he's allowing the game to continue despite the floor being slippery.
Yes, I don't think the slipperiness of the cage should be something to stop the fight again. About if the fight was not stopped in between the fights
earlier on
for cleaning, yeah, mutual left hand
from both fighters.
Beautiful.
Both were almost losing control, but they were able to get on their feet and be in control. And as the referee here waits for that part which is slippery inside the cage.
Great work by the timekeepers there to stop the time.
Sure. Earlier on, as it went down into the first 20
great
seconds.
Double leg takedown there, but Bernard Achoki also pulled guard and allowed his opponent to take him to the ground.
Remember, it is a lightweight category fight or bout. Bernard Achoki, a second appearance inside LFNE against a debutant, Steve Biko, a turbine from hell, who is 10 years older than Bernard Achoki, the Buffalo. There we go once again. Still, it is kind of slippery.
Complaining about that, but you know, in this fight...
What if he loses through that part?
Too bad for him, because this is a competition and the conditions for fighting will never be perfect. But fighters come in with injuries, fighters come in with disadvantages, but you have to look beyond the conditions around and inside the cage and just do your work.
Then I think both fighters here need to avoid that part which is slippery. And I remember in Meru, there was the sun was hitting hard on the surface of earth.
Scorching sun in Meru.
And one fighter got a blister on her right leg.
Mary Gadambi, we miss you.
You know, in this main card today, we don't have a female bout. Nonetheless, we only have one main card.
Felista Mugo, the champion, is in the house, though. Former champion, lost her belt to the Ugandan competitor from the Uganda police. Looking forward to get that back. We believe in Felista Mugo as the fighters go there. 1 minute 15 seconds to go.
Both men on good lower kicks. They want to clinch on the walls of the cage.
Looking at his coaches for instruction. Unsure whether to pull guard or to stay on his feet. Good work by referee Karanja to ensure that none of the fighters is holding on to the cage.
51 seconds of fighting remaining inside round 2.
Lackluster performance again from both fighters in the third last fight of this LFNE 8 affair at KUMP Theatre.
Looking out for a takedown and gets it. Very nice takedown from Bernard Achoki.
Now in the side, in the half guard, trying to get his
nice punches.
Position,
and this could be the moment here once again. Takes on a pause.
15 seconds to go. I don't know whether he has time to finish this fight. Good work by referee Karanja ensuring that none of the fighters is playing
7
unfair.
seconds of fighting.
I don't think he has enough time to finish this fight.
Oh, time saves Steve Biko from a potential and a possible submission or a knockout.
Frustration there from Achoki, who thought he could finish the fight in the second round.
We can say Steve Biko didn't have much of it inside the second round, as this takedown took place in the second round. Earlier seconds in the second round, there were some good body punches on the lower end. Then this followed with some right and left punches, which could have potentially put off Steve Biko. But then the timer was of essence to save the life of Steve Biko.
We get to see around 3. Sagini, these fighters have been quite patient with one another. None of them is going out of their way to ensure that they get a win, avoiding any unnecessary injuries while still working diligently to ensure that they get a win here at LFNE 7. Looking forward to LFNE 8.
You're looking forward to LFNE 8 already. I can see your anxiety and your eagerness to build up to LFNE7. It's good as we head into round 3 of the lightweight category, bout number 7. Bernard Achoki in the blue gloves and Steve Biko in the red gloves.
Touch of gloves there, and here we go.
Touch of fairness.
Orthodox stance, both fighters.
3 minutes of fighting. Who will win this? Achoki, the Buffalo, or Biko, the Turbine from hell? And I haven't seen yet the Turbine from Steve Biko, who is on the receiving end mostly. I can say 70% of the fight here. He has been on the receiving end. Good right and left from Bernard Achoki. Looking out for another takedown here. Almost getting it on the walls of the cage. Steve Biko trying to defend himself from that power from Bernard Achoki. His mouth guard almost came off, but able to continue the fight here. The strength from Achoki Bernard seems to be of essence for him against Steve.
Yeah, both fighters are able to stay on their feet here. None of them taking a disadvantage or submissive position, ensuring that they're both on their feet, fighting in the clinch.
Nice move from the right.
Elbow from the right by Bernard Achoki. Using his elbow to ensure that his head is above his opponents there. Steve Biko, the fighter with the head above the other's shoulder, is always at a vantage point in these clinches, ensuring that Steve Biko in the red gloves is safe despite having his back against the cage here.
Both
disadvantage for Steve Biko because Bernard Achoki is holding onto the cage there.
Still on the walls of the cage. And they know this is round number 3, the final round. And if you don't win via a submission or a KO, then it is a unanimous decision.
Looks like we're going to the decision.
A good neck choke here.
Doesn't look like he will secure it because Steve Biko's hands are not under Bernard Achoki's chin to ensure that he can get a guillotine choke on his opponent.
57 seconds remaining in round 3.
Great hand control by Steve Biko to ensure that
trying to get off
Bernard Achoki cannot attack.
And Achoki is still holding on the walls of the cage many a times.
By Karanja, yes.
Some good knees from the left for Steve, but they aren't so powerful. Trying to buy time here for Bernard Achoki inside the last 20 seconds.
Steve Biko rather complacent with his attacks here, ensuring that he is holding his opponent but doing nothing with the position that he has held. Rather disadvantageous from our judge's perspective. Great handwork to the body there.
Oh, just when it's going active,
funny
the
affair.
ring walls.
A funny affair where the fighters want to begin the matches at the end of the match.
And I think it should be a win here for Bernard Achoki. But then let's get the official announcement of the results from the cage from MC Fungu Tuti.
LFNE Championships, the 7th edition.
Yani nakwambia it only happens at the LFNE Championships.
Good job, Baba.
Haya basi, wakati wa mbichi na mbivu umewadia. Imefika ile wakati ambao tunataka kujua nani mshindi na nani mshindani. Alright, nakwambia ndio shughuli kali inafanyika tu ndani ya LFNE Championships. Mimi ningependa kuwaelezeni tu kwamba yani nakwambia inafanyika tu ndani ya LFNE Championships. Ikiwa wewe unataka kuwa mwana kandanda, enda kwenye uwanja wa mpira. Lakini kama unataka MMA, kuja ndani ya LFNE Championship. Tutakuonyesha ni jinsi gani basi utaweza kuwa mwana MMA. Yani local fight night entertainment. Yeah. Yani shughuli kali, shughuli noma sana. Of course coming to you courtesy of KUTV. Proudly sponsored by Powerhouse and Bavaria. Kumbuka pia unaweza nunua Powerhouse ama Bavaria hapa nje kwenye lango letu la kuingia ndani ya amphitheater. Iko at a very subsidized rates. You can be able to buy one, enjoy the energy drink, of course courtesy of Bavaria and Powerhouse. Kumbuka kwamba ni shughuli noma, shughuli kali inakujia ndani ya runinga unayoienzi ya KU. Kumbuka kwamba tunazidi kuzidi tu. Haya basi tukisonga na hiyo mtaratara, tukienda na hiyo rieng, yani in that design, in that same spirit, ladies and gentlemen, we want now to understand and know who is the winner.
like Banya Banya. Now in March, football like country, who is that from football? Psychology, the fight is already here. Someone call 911. Someone call 999. Oh, time is over. All that is over. Not able to move from football to secure a submission in round 1. Let's move it down. 1, 2. They wait for round number 3. 4 down. Round number 3. Pass the left. Great job by there. This is the left. Great job again. Right hand to the chin of Brian. Keeping and clinch. Bernard Macharia with the underhook on one side and now Brandon Barry with the underhook on the other side. Both sides of the people shooting directly to the body of Bernard Macharia by Brandon Barry. Good take down by Brandon Barry. That's not wrong there. Bernard Macharia will take it down. Bernard Macharia will start receiving a ground round the back from Brandon Barry here. 2 minutes, 4 seconds to go. It will be in a dangerous position. And Brad is like can the fight, although he is unfairly holding on to the cage. Patrol. Brad Macharia. And Brandon Barry here. 1 minute 50 seconds remaining in round number 2. And taking in danger here. From receiving some head punching, some elbows, which would be making nearby environment advantage, get something out of it. Trying to unlock himself here from the second of Sharia than that.
Remember Bernard Macharia at LFNE7 he lost.
unahitajika pale kwenye changing room. Stephen Wachuli, popote ulipo ukiwa unaweza kunisikia, unahitajika pale kwenye changing room. Chuli, tafadhali popote ulipo unahitajika kwenye changing room tafadhali. You are needed in the changing room for further instructions tafadhali Stephen Wachuli. So ladies and gentlemen, we want now to know who is the winner of this bout. Aya DJ pia unaweza finya play tu tusikize muziki pole pole. Tuko na our main card. Our main card iko karibu kufika. So nawaambia tu muwe tayari, nakwambia ndo mbichi na mbivu itabainika. Tutaweza kujua our main card of the day ni nani atakuwa. You're right. Shughuli noma, shughuli kali na kuja ndani ya runinga ya KU. Ikiwa ni shughuli moja noma sana. Inajulikana kama LFNE the 7th edition of LFNE Mixed Martial Arts Championship, courtesy of KUTV, powered by Powerhouse and Bavaria. Powerhouse and Bavaria being our main sponsor. We thank you so much for coming through Powerhouse and Bavaria to make sure that this 7th edition of the LFNE Championship is successful. Wakumbuka kwamba unaweza piga selfie alafu tume pale kwenye mtandao ukitumia hashtag ya LFNE Championship 7 kwenye Twitter, kwenye Facebook. Alafu pia tuma pale comments kwenye YouTube ukiwa unatazama popote ulipo ndani ya Kenya ama nchi zingine ambazo ziko Afrika na hata dunia nzima. Tuko hapa kukuonyesha tu ni jinsi gani MMA inafanywa hapa. Ndio kwa maana LFNE imekuletea michuano hii. Tuko awamu ya 7. Tunasonga na hiyo mtaratara. Tunakwenda na hiyo design. Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready to know the winner? The match between Brian Nyambare versus Bernard Masharia. Ladies and gentlemen, with 63 points, the winner is Brian Nyambare. Yani nakwambia ni hiyo design, ni hiyo mtaratara ya LFNE. Ndio tunakwenda na hiyo mbio, tunakwenda na hiyo teketeke. Yani shughuli kali ndani ya LFNE Championship. Hiyo ilikuwa ni the 8th bout kati ya Brian Nyambare versus Bernard Masharia. Tunamuona basi Brian Nyambare akiwa mshindi wa bout hii, akiwa amemlimbikiza mandondi, mangumi, madubwe kali hapa ndani ya LFNE Championship 7, akiwa basi ndiyo mshindi wa bout number 8. Yeah.
We handle the business. We do the thing. Kwa hiyo flag. Sexy boy lazima.
Yes, Stephen Wechuli, tafadhali popote ulipo, Stephen Wechuli, wherever you are needed at the changing room for further instructions. Tafadhali. Stephen Wechuli, ukiwa unasikiza basi tafadhali na kuomba radhi. Unahitajika pale kwenye changing room. All right.
Well, the closer we come to the tail end of this particular fight, the sweeter it becomes. And now I'm joined with the winner of bout 8, that is Brian Nyambane. Brian, thank you so much, of course, for making time, and congratulations for winning this particular fight.
Thank you so much.
How was the experience like?
I had a tremendous training camp with my coach Maurice. I really thank this guy. I trained very hard and I fought very easily. So always train hard, fight easy.
What was the game plan still? What was the game plan? Of course, some will argue probably the height was play a big part for your advantage, of course.
The game plan was just to wear him down. That's all.
Well, and for the fans, probably your final word?
I shall fight him. I love you guys. One time.
Well, thank you so much. That is Brian, of course, the winner of the 8th bout of this particular fight. And of course, now we are moving closer to the end. 8 down and 2 more to go. And of course, this is where I leave it to MC Fungututi, of course, to take us through the rest of remaining bouts. Fungututi, wherever you are, take it on.
All right, so thank you so much, Auma, for that exact. This is now the moment we move to bout number 9. Bout number 9 is the bantamweight category. Bout number 9 is bantamweight category. This is a match between George Itumo and Gregory Mutua. George Itumo in the blue corner. This guy is 61 kgs, meeting Gregory Mutua in the red corner. So ladies and gentlemen, introducing in the blue corner, George Mutumo. Gentlemen, in the red corner, introducing Gregory Mutua.
Great, and now as we come into our 9th bout of the night, bantamweight category, Geoffrey Mutua against George Itumo, the Maverick, who made his debut at LFNE7 and did not go well as it ended in a disappointing defeat of TKO in round 3 to Brand Serete Brayola, who has won today against Clinton Mjivane. This is the second time George Itumo is making his appearance at LFNE, and for Geoffrey Mutua, he is a debutant at LFNE, 26 years of age for George Itumo, 61 kgs, 5.6 feet of height, and 5 games, 3 wins, 2 losses for the second debutant. That is the second appearance for George Itumo, the Maverick. at LFNE. Round 1 starting here on a high note, 3 minutes of fighting, and a good takedown there from George Itumo. We will go with what we have here. George Itumo with a good takedown there inside the first round. 2 minutes of fighting, 30 seconds remaining inside round 1.
2 minutes, 30 seconds remaining, Sagini.
Great. On the floor of the cage. Looking out for a top control. In full guard, holding the cage. But then it's against the laws of the game.
Nice right hand.
As his mouth guard comes off for Geoffrey Mutua. Geoffrey Mutua here, setting his guard with a nice spinning right kick which misses onto George Itumo. Another 2 consecutive right and left spinning back kicks, misses again. Another one misses again from the Maverick here, from the right hand. And it's a bloody affair now for the debutant Geoffrey Mutua.
The right hand sent Geoffrey Mutua to the ground. First round finish by the more experienced fighter, turning the crowd into a frenzy. George Itumo with the first round knockout of Gregory Mutua.
He lost at LFNE6 via the same TKO, and this time round the Maverick George Itumo makes it a comeback, makes it a killing spree inside the first minute of the first round. A creative, sweet victory for the Maverick George Itumo. It didn't take a while for him to make the business done of the day. Just few minutes.
Itumo gotten rid of Gregory Mutua.
All right, because this is how things unfolded earlier on. Look at those spinning right kicks from Geoffrey Mutua. Then 2 consecutive spinning back kicks, but then they also missed. Then here comes the Maverick with some good left and right jabs, which put off completely out of control the debutant Geoffrey Mutua.
Once Geoffrey's right hand was holding the cage, it was clear that Itumo had an advantage there, leaving an exposed chin, receiving the right hand, repetitive right hand of George Itumo. First round technical knockout, victorious, brilliant performance by George Itumo.
You are told stars have been born at LFNE since 1 to 6. They have been developed, they have grown, they have shown, and it's time for them to even shine brighter this night. And George Itumo, the Maverick, is one of the stars I'm talking about.
Wow! Just wow!
And now let's get the official result announcement from the cage with MC Fungututi.
Ladies and gentlemen, wakati umewadia ambao tunataka kujua ni nani mshindi wa bout number 9. Wow. This has been bout number 9 between George Itumo in the blue corner, na Gregory Mutua in the red corner. So ladies and gentlemen, the winner is George Itumo. All right. That has been bout number 9 between George Itumo in the blue corner and Gregory Mutua in the red corner. where George Itumo has been the winner.
Well, exemption match. George Itumo being the winner of this particular one. Bantamweight, bout number 9. George, let's talk about the encounter. How do you feel about finishing it very early?
Ni ajase. Kwanza nataka kushukuru opponent wangu ku show up for the fight. My previous opponent hakuwa, so wakatafutia mse, na ningependa mshow love hata kama ameshindwa, kwa sababu kuingia kwa hii cage ni noma sana, na ni wase kidogo sana wanaweza kuwa wako na balls za kuingia hapa hivi, so respect fighters, kwa sababu honestly bila fighters hakuna history yote, so yendo naweza sema.
Last before you go, I know it's never easy to prepare for a new opponent, especially with the one that was arranged having to pull out late into the competition. But how did you prepare to just make sure that you handle a new opponent well and secure the win?
Vile si train one type, mi train ya mtu yote, style yote, si train yangi mtu specific, kwa sababu ini jani na utafight wasee wengi, so tizi ni standard regardless of una face nani. Tizi ni standard. Kabla nitoke naweza niita Mr. Rubber Band Man, because I always bounce back.
Exemption, asante sana, and all the best, George. Anyway, that is bout number 9. One bout to go, which is the main one, the main on the card. I think that statement made even the people at the back, the gallery, are very happy. Next on, I want to just have a quick conversation with Ultra team, one of the coaches. I think Coach Maurice can join me on the octagon and just have a quick one. I think your team is doing so well so far. I think you've not lost any match. How do you feel about it?
First of all, I would like to thank Mr. Steve for hosting us. Steve, please stand up. Everyone, please give a hand to Steve. Without him, we wouldn't have this platform. He's giving young people around the country a platform to perform, to showcase their talent. So thank you, LFNE, for all the opportunities. As for Team Ultra, I mean, we are so far undefeated in LFNE, and it's a proud feeling. We have good fighters coming up. They train hard, they show up, and they come and showcase their talent.
I think it always needs to, always good to have an ambassador, someone who can be able to push the game. From how your team is organized, I think someone who is watching MMA for the first time in Kenya would be interested. With the whole team, what does it take to make sure that everything stays organized? You can be able to honor as many MMA fights as possible. And of course, not just be participants, but as well as win.
To get into this cage needs discipline. You have to train every day. Our fighters train twice a day, every day, and you can see it. So for anyone who wants to get involved in the game, you need the discipline to train, first of all, and you need the heart to step into the cage. And respect to all the fighters who've stepped into the cage today. A big hand of applause to all of them. Winners, losers, they've given us a good show. And I mean, I will also want to thank all the fans who've showed up to support this game. This is something new. We're trying it out. Please come support, tell people, take videos, showcase it, and tell more people to come next time.
Morris, before you go, I think LFNE6 was tough for us Kenyans. I think the Ugandans, they came and they took all the titles. With how things are, if they come back, I think they are going to have a run for their money.
Uganda has never beaten Ultra. They know. Everyone, if you know Team Ultra, you know Uganda has never beaten Team Ultra. So next time you want to bring Ugandans, Tanzanians, Mauritius, Brazilians, whoever, just bring them to the cage. We'll show them with their jiu-jitsu, with whatever. We are ready.
Asante sana Morris for your time and all the best with your team. MC Fungututi, before we head into the final bout, I think this is the main bout. Ladies and gentlemen, remember for this particular edition, no titles are going to be defended, but we have a mouth-watering bout that is supposed to kick off in the next 5 or so minutes. But before then, MC Fungututi for a 1-minute entertainment.
Wow. Thank you so much, Peter Pinches Mwaura. We are here at LFNE Championship 7. We are just coming to the final bout of the match, of the night. So before we go to the final card, the main card of the night, which will be the welterweight category. Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce to you a little bit of performance from an artist all the way from Malindi in the coastal area of Kenya. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Montips.
Yeah. Yo, Babu vipi? Mko poa? Mko poa? DJ, nipe kitu. DJ kiasi. Yo.
King of love, kila napokona moyo unanidunda, na ukipita kona mie narunda. Hey, wanna tattoo my body your love, wanna tattoo my body your love, wanna tattoo my body your love. Oh no, wanna tattoo my body your love. Let's go everybody. Tattoo, once more. Tattoo, once more. Tattoo, hey. Tattoo, say it again. Tattoo, see what's the key? Tattoo, uzuri wako ni sawa malkia, kukuacha siwezi. Wanifurahisha jana na usiku, hata nikilala nakona kwa ndoto. Wanna tattoo my body your love. Oh no, wanna tattoo my body your love. Hey, tattoo, hey, tattoo, vimbe wote. Tattoo, si wasiki, eh. Tattoo, aye. Tattoo, ati. Tattoo. Come jiggy, twende. Hata nikilala nakona kwa ndoto. Wanna tattoo my body your love. I know. Wanna tattoo my body your love. Tattoo, ay. Tattoo, vive. Tattoo, see what's the key? Tattoo, aya. Tattoo, hey. Tattoo, see what's the key? Tattoo, hey. Thanks so much.
Wapikelele ya Montips, all the way from Malindi, the coastal city of Kenya. Ladies and gentlemen, that is Montips. So ladies and gentlemen, time has come for the final card of the night, the main card of the night, the main fight of the night. Ladies and gentlemen, the welterweight category. Help me.
Before Fungututi, you introduce, I think we have something from Eboso.
All right.
Tuko na kauli kidogo from one of our fighters in the main card. But before then, ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause to all our fighters. Piga makofi kidogo to all our fighters in the last 9 bouts. Makofi kidogo, and of course pia a shout out to our team Dr. Fred Okengo, as well as some of our judges, Alphonse Wanzala, Peter Karanja, Tyson Oyugi, Bravin Wasike, Kennedy Kopala, and center referee, of course, Peter Karanja, for the exemption work. I think they have made this a success. Amasio, listening into what Eboso had to say before we introduce the fighters into the ring.
Kwa majina naitwa Amos Eboso aka Lion. Fight ya kesho tumejiandaa vizuri, mambo na locks tumeprepare kiasi kushinda hapo nyuma sisi tulikuwa down kiasi, kisa hii tumeimprove, so expect more kesho na improvement kiasi. Upande wangu namwambia tukae ready kwa sababu hii sasa itakuwa kama last. Hii kuna improvement, kuna changes kubwa sana kwa mafans, nawaambia tu watokee waone fight, wa stream live zote, niko ready, sitawaibisha.
MC Fungututi, it's your time to take it now. Introduce the fighters for the main card. This one, I'm sure, is going to be an exemptional match. MC Fungututi.
Thank you so much, Peter Pinches. Of course, this is an exceptional match. This is the main match of the night. This is the main card of the night. Ladies and gentlemen, welterweight category. Introducing in the red corner. Ladies and gentlemen, help me introduce to you Amos Eboso. Amos Eboso.
Get it on your own, extra delivered to you.
Ladies and gentlemen, in the blue corner, help me introduce to you Stephen Wechuli, aka Cobra. Stephen Wechuli, aka Cobra.
And Stephen Wechuli, the Cobra, in the welterweight category, 2 years older than Stephen Wechuli, 2 kgs heavier than Stephen Wechuli, with a 3-inch reach advantage over Amos Eboso. 10 fights for Amos Eboso, 7 wins, 3 losses. For Stephen Wechuli, undefeated in 3 fights. It is a welterweight category against Stephen Wechuli and Amos Eboso. Before we get into round 1, we get the official introduction from the cage with MC Fungututi.
Come closer, guys. Come, fighters. You know the rules there. No holding the fence, no pokes, no storming. Good fight. This is a final fight, eh? I want to see good, clean fight. Are you ready for fight? Are you ready, guys? Are you ready?
Yeah.
Ready? Yes, sir. Thank you. Welcome.
Stephen Karanja is our referee for this bout. Blue gloves for Stephen Wechuli and red gloves for Amos Eboso.
He's the more experienced fighter here.
Actually, it's Stephen, because Stephen has made 4 appearances at LFNE, with Amos Eboso making only 3.
Generally, Amos Eboso has 7 fights.
Right. Even though still Wechuli remains undefeated.
Did Stephen Wechuli change his nickname? He used to go by the Cobra.
He's still the Cobra. He is still the Cobra, which is normally emulating Israel Adesanya, the current middleweight UFC champion. He is good in boxing and ground fighting. On their feet, both men here. Remember, it is not a title fight. It is a main card, which is also a potential future title fight. 2 minutes in round 1. 1 minute chopped off here. Still 50-50.
Too early to tell.
Nice left.
Nice hands by Amos Eboso. Rather reckless and brawling at this stage of the round number 1.
It is like a street fight.
Still calculated though, Amos Eboso with the calculated moves.
Nice hook from the left for Amos Eboso. Another one right from the left again. Another right one on the ground. Stephen Oshuli must be off here.
KO.
This must be over. A countdown from the referee Karanja to Oshuli. He is able to continue. He is able to continue. He is on his feet. Inside round 1, 1 minute and 10 seconds. It will continue.
Sagini, I am unsure what is going on because Stephen Wachuli seemed to have been knocked out cold by Amos Eboso, but the referee seems to think that the fight should go on. Consultation still going on. We see here that he received an unguarded right hand, left elbow, right hand again for good measure.
On the ground, I think it should go on because Wachuli is still able to stand on his feet. And so here, I think the referee decides that it will continue as things stand at the moment. Still for some consultations outside the cage here as time clocks by in the final bout of the night. Amos Eboso in red gloves and Stephen Wachuli in the blue gloves here. Earlier on, that left hook from Eboso put off completely Wachuli there. Then that left one again, then a right one completely put off, and the referee decides, let's continue, game on.
Right hand to the face of Stephen Wachuli again. Left hand, right hand again. Nice 1-2 from Amos Eboso there. Nice 1-2 again by Amos Eboso. Good right hands by Amos Eboso on the attack. Stephen Wachuli knocked out again. Surely this must be the end of the fight.
I think so also. Wachuli here for the second time in a row inside round 1. He's made to sit down. And I think Karanja here should agree that it should be over and it should be decided that it's a taking all, because for the second time in a row in the first round, another look at once again the same left hook that he did in the first instance here, again putting off Wachuli here.
Amos Eboso was able to use what was working over and over to ensure that he had a victory over his opponent, even when there was doubt whether his opponent was able to come back into the match or not. Amos Eboso came back and put a final end to that. The right left hand combination on his opponent's head, sending the Cobra to the ground. Amos Eboso primes for the title fight. Such a good victory here against a very able Stephen Wachuli Sagene.
It was a good combination from the right and left hand of Eboso here. And I must say that it was a rampage mode and a killing spree for Eboso, the Lion, who is coming in to win once again after making his debut at LFNE7 in the same venue at Amphitheatre November 2021, where he lost the debut title fight to Julius Osodo Wafula via decision. But this time round, it is a win for him as a
sportsman. Does that make him the de facto lightweight champion? Because if he did beat Wafula, who had the title, and he has beaten Wachuli, who was number 1, he lost to
Wafula Osodo.
So Wafula Osodo still retains the title. But there's been an instance of non-appearance by the title holder there.
For almost 2 editions now.
No, he has not appeared for fights, and he has not appeared in the fan stands. So leaving his fans wondering what his position is while he still holds the title.
And potentially for Amos Eboso, if he lost to a title fight at LFNE6, at LFNE5 to Osodo Wafula, and this is a kind of like a title fight, but then only a main card without a title,
And if he can manage to win via TKO, then it means he is also, or he qualifies to a title fight in the future events at LFNE.
Yes, agreed, Sagini. He must be ready for the rematch against Wafula Osodo. My prediction being that Amos Eboso is most likely your next lightweight champ at LFNE.
For Stephen Weshuli at LFNE 6, he won by decision against Demantis, that is Kennedy Attila. But then this time round, it is a bad day in office for Stephen Weshuli, the Cobra. And as we said earlier on, Amos Eboso is shaping himself up like a chisel-like, making sure that when comes the next editions of the LFNE, then he'll be able to make a title fight to make sure that he also get a touch of that welterweight category that currently is being held by Julius Osodo Wafula Billy Blanks. But before we end things here at KU Amphitheater, let's get the official result from the arena with MC Fungu Tuti.
For the final time.
Ladies and gentlemen, wakati wa mbichi umewadia. Wakati wa mbichi na mbivu umewadia. Tungependa kujua mshindi ni nani. All right, ladies and gentlemen, and the winner is Amos Eboso. All right.
The main bout, if I could have a word with Eboso, just to hear from him, I think he used a lot of confidence in the pre-recorded interview that we had. Eboso, first of all, congrats on this win. I think from the moment you came into this amphitheater, you seem ready for the fight. Ulikuwa ready sana for hii mechi bana?
Yeah, nimekuwa ready, nimeprepare vizuri. Kulingana na my coach alisema tu artist keep calm na uendelee mbele, unaona? So
kila kitu kwanza ulipanga umefanya hapo kwa ring ama kuna vitu umebakisha kidogo?
Bado mingi zimebakisha kiasi, lakini imeisha haraka sana, sikuwa tarajia kama itaisha haraka hivyo, unaona? So locks ja apply bado, unaona?
Julie alikuwa unbeaten. I think this is the first match ame lose. How does it feel? Yani wewe ndio umempatia the first loss kwa career yake ya mixed martial art.
So kwa fight zake nilikuwa nimesoma kiasi, nikajua kama kwa unbeaten so itabidi 3 rounds ziisha kwanza, unaona? So nilikuwa nataka nipige game, acheze hard, unaona?
Hongera sana and all the best in the I think some of you mnapiga pia some martial arts zingine, Muay Thai, all the best in the future. Ladies and gentlemen, that is Amos Eboso, the winner of today's main bout or main fight, which was bout number 10. It's been exceptional. I think you've been nice audience for the whole of the night. Jason Sagini has been on the commentary booth. I think he has a lot of insight in terms of what he has observed from back there. Sagini, if you could join me on stage and just to get to hear whether maybe your expectation before the matches, before LFNE7 kicked off, Has it lived up to the expectation that you had when you walked in Kenyatta University Amphitheatre?
I think they lived up to expectations because, as I said earlier on before the show started, we had 13 debutants for this edition outside or out of 20 fighters inside the edition. And I think they put up a good fight. If you look at the first fight, the second fight, and the third fight also, they were vigorous, they were kind of exciting, entertaining for the fans in the arena. So I think they lived up to expectations. And also for this other main card, you could see the performance from Amos Eboso, who was making his third appearance after winning or after losing at LFNE5 against Julius Osodo Wafula in a title bout that time in the welterweight category. But this time round, he makes his third appearance into the LFNE. He wins it via TKO in the first round. That tells you something, and it sends a message to the organizer of this event, because it tells you that he is somebody who can make up or can put up a fight which is worthy to be a title fight in the future. Because if you can make a third appearance and win via TKO in the first round, then for sure, Pinches, this means that he should be given a chance for a title fight in the future. But then also for other fights, if I can talk about the fighters from the Ultra Fitness Gym, they are good. You can say until now, they haven't lost any match when they come into LFNE. They have had second appearances for Brayola, Brian Serete, second appearance of the night at LFNE, still able to win via TKO. You could say, or you can say, or you could see also with equal measure that fighters from UFC, that is the Ultra Fitness or Team Ultra Fight, they are good, and they have shaped up to be one of the powerhouse of LFNE because they haven't lost yet a game. For all the fighters that they've had or they brought in at LFNE, it's been marvelous. It's been a good show from them, and I can say they should keep it up.
I think it's, even in football or in any other sport, it's never easy coming in as the unbeaten competitor. I think, do you think like maybe Ochuli, some nerves got into him before the match? I think he came in with a lot of pressure, being the unbeaten fight in this particular match.
Yeah, I think he came with a lot of pressure because once again, he was making his fourth appearance inside LFNE after making his debut at LFNE 2. And if you take history back at LFNE5 in the same cage arena, he won via decision in the second round. But this time round, things unfolded. And I can say it's a bad day in office for him because as a sport, there is a loser, there is a winner. And there is also a draw for them. So for him, I think he should go back to the changing room. He should go back to the drawing board, try to calculate, watch the videos back again and see where he missed wrong, because I think he was under pressure in the first round, keeping in mind that it was a main card, because you see it was something that kind of looked like a title fight, but then it was only a main card. So for him, I think he should go back to the drawing board and try to find out where the mistakes were.
Sagini, we know that we are both analysts. When we start analyzing these, we might never finish. I want to let you go as I prepare to have a conversation with the LFNE president, Mr. Omwega. Of course, also have a conversation with the director of KUTV. I think they have the people who have been able to make sure that this thing is a success. A quick one. I hope to see you in LFNE 8.
See you.
And I hope it's coming soon. Mr. Omwega, I hope LFNE 8 is coming soon.
It is.
And maybe going forward, some of the things that you think that we should be working on and make sure that this becomes one of the biggest MMA championship, not just in Kenya, but in the continent.
Two key things that maybe you can take out as a viewer or as a spectator or even as an organizer or as a journalist in general. I think one of the things is to make sure that in the future, the next event that is LFNE 8, we at least have at least one female bout, because at this edition, no female bout. It doesn't mean that in this country there are no female fighters who can put up a good fight. There are so many of them. And also in the future, try to reduce the debutants in the main card and also put up at least 2 title fights which will put up a good measure and a good pay for the fans.
Santi Sana Sagini, it's always a pleasure to talk to you, and I hope, by the way, I hope to see you in LFNE 8 and it can be soon.
See you too, thank you.
President LFNE, Mr. Stephen Omwega. First of all, 15 minutes outside here seems to be very little time.
Absolutely.
But I think you are not new to MMA. You know 15 minutes in there is never easy.
It's crazy, I'm telling you. First off, before I could say anything, I'd like to appreciate the fans. Thanks for coming today. And MMA is quite tight. There are quite some controversies. And I think when there are controversies, that's when you get to learn, because this is a new sport in the country. We are trying to introduce MMA. There are serious fans here. We have a group called Knockout. So these guys know the rules. That's why you've seen them shouting and here and there. But some of our local coaches and referees, they're still learning in the process. So the more the controversies, the more we keep learning day in, day out.
People are watching in South Africa. I think before the show you told me that even the Ugandans are following on LFNE to just see some of the fighters that they can maybe prepare to come and challenge. Let's talk about what you planned. Did everything work?
Well, I can say as per the outcome and the show, the expectations were met. And probably we went beyond the expectations. The game has been okay. The fans have interacted with the game. They were quite happy. And talking of the Ugandans came to Kenya and they took our belt with them. So the Ugandans are good. The only team that they're afraid of, frankly speaking, is the Ultra Fitness team. They are very good. And of course, South Africans, we have one of our fighters called Paris Githaiga. She made our MMA debut in LFNE1. She was with us up to LFNE4. Then after that, she was recruited to go to EFC. And we have one of our guys, Mr. William Odino. He's participating in the scaffold search. So around November 5th, he's headed to Mauritius in the Professional Fight League. Our first guy to sign into the Professional Fight League.
Mr.
Very tremendous.
Mr. Omega, I think you have preempted what I was about to ask you about the success story of LFNE. I think it started as a dream, LFNE1. Now we are in LFNE7, and hopefully we can get a better and bigger LFNE8. How does it feel that finally the dream is paying off? And even I've seen the fighters, they're appreciating your work.
Well, I can say so far there isn't much feeling because we are not yet there. And the progress has been good. We started with LFNE1 with a few guys we were fighting in the mats, but now we have a cage here. Yeah. Well, the progress has been quite amazing and it's awesome. So as we continue moving forward, we need some of the guys to come on board. I really appreciate the Mohan's Oysterbay drinks. They brought in the Bavaria brand and Powerhouse. They have really supported us and they're here today. The CEO was around here, but I think he's just left. So once we get some of these guys coming on board, like the sponsorships and stuff, we are going to take our game a notch higher. And that is where we are looking at. So the progress so far, it's awesome.
I had news that certain a professional promoter or a professional outfit is planning a fight in Kenya and they are reaching out to LFNE. Just hearsays, but you can confirm.
Absolutely. We are having a UFC Hall of Famer, Gary Goodridge, jetting in on Sunday. He will be here on Sunday. He's coming at 8 p.m. So LFNE were reached out and is planning an event called African Fighting Championship. It's going to be launched in Kenya. So on Sunday, we are bringing him on board. So we want to see where we can go and how it can progress. Gary Goodridge was an animal in the cage. He was a serious knockout guy, and it's spanning out to be well. That's number one. The other one is a scaffold search, who have actually been pushing for us, and they are rooting to come in. They have already signed William Odino. Odino is going to be pro very soon. Of course, they have introduced him to the Professional Fight League. And sometime in April next year, we are planning to bring the Professional Fight League to come to Kenya. Tremendous small steps every single day.
Omega, you're not new to Kenyans. You're not new to human being. Pressure will come.
Absolutely. And
we are in LFNE7. So, of course, in LFNE8, they will be expecting something new.
Well, every single LFNE series that we put up, there is an improvement from the previous one. We need to work on our officiating. That's where the main problem is. We need to work on our fighters. We need to work on the groundwork. We need some professional coaches to come on board and come and guide us on what we really need to do. So definitely the progress is quite good and we are progressing well.
Any thoughts on LFNE8, maybe the venue, some of the things that we should expect? It's too early to...
Well, at the moment, I'd rather we do the post-mortem of LFNE7. My head is all over. I cannot give you anything, but expect nothing but fireworks in the coming LFNE8.
I think it's good it's good when it comes to you. I think talk to the audience and send them to be the ambassadors of LFNE and mixed martial art in the country.
Well, that's a tricky one, but of course, we will continue doing what we do best, and we will engage anybody who is willing to support us as we move forward. So I'd like to shout out to, of course, the Ultra Fitness Gym. I'd like to shout out to the fans. I'd like to shout out to Mugambi and the families here, the father, the mother, all these guys all the way from Meru. They've really been supporting us. That's the kind of support that we want. It's very much, we appreciate it. We have some friends on board here. We have Liz, we have Kev, and all our friends here, like helping us every day. Yeah, so it's an awesome event. Phyllis, I see you. So thank you very much. And the rest of the guys, KU team, I'm not a fighter. So New York City. So everything is awesome. Now you can see for yourself.
Asante sana Omwega.
Thank you.
I look forward to more interaction with you.
Yeah.
Nikipata shida mahali, so you can come in and throw
And
a
beat
few
you up,
punches.
yes.
Not me, but your shida.
Oh, okay, thank you.
While on board is the director of KUTV. Uko sawa. Let's talk to the director of KUTV. I think as much as LFNE is the premier mixed martial art championship in the country, KUTV is, I think, the first station to do this. How does it feel to be at the top and make sure that everything is happening and having such a fantastic production?
Yeah, I always said that we're the little engine that could. No one matches what we do. This is number 7. We thank LFNE for partnering with us to make this dream come true. As you can see, if you look around, you can see international faces. You can see some of the brands, Power Horse, Bavaria, and as we are sitting there, we had approaches from some other people who have seen what we've put up. We always say, you do the work, and then people come fetching to see what it is that you do. And I also know that you do your work with your little sports show on Monday. Yeah. This one started as another show on Saturdays on the sport. And we said for that show, we'll have 1 hour of analysis, and in the afternoon, we'll have live event. And this has been a platform that has brought up some of these youngsters. We saw them from LFNE number 2. That's when we came in with the LFNE group, and we have seen some of them have actually now transitioned into international level. Yeah, so I'm very proud that...
I think the same question as I threw to Omwega is never easy starting off. It's never easy to work the same journey, but I think LFN and KUTV, so far so good. I think for 2 partners to be able to work it out and hit LFNE7 and even looking forward for LFNE8.
Yes, and you can imagine the 2 of us, meaning the partners, we are startups, so to speak. I mean, who is KUTV if you compare to the old guys and all the capital that they have? But without vision to do something which is fresh, which is new, and then you trust that it will amount to something, it takes a lot of faith and commitment. So I actually want to thank the fighters themselves, the groups that train them. You could say Ultra, they call it Ultra Fight, I think, the excitement. Exactly. This kind of excitement and being able to come to a hall like this. Of course, we can't forget our management who provided this type of venue. But through the, putting up LFNE events, we are also showcasing what this country's public university can do, because this is their venue, and to be able to have them come on Saturday and enjoy what their government has put in place, I'm also proud about that.
I think from the look of things, I don't know whether you started over as a mixed martial artist fanatic, but I think so far you're enjoying it.
Yeah, I enjoy it. I mean, not exactly MMA, but I love boxing. In fact, maybe I had the other day Joshua or Wilder inviting Joshua to come and fight in Africa, and I'm saying, here is a cage. Well, there's a ring where he can fight from.
I think anyway, boxing, martial art are children of the same parents.
Yeah, from the same family. So this is not foreign to me. In fact, I was very excited because I had followed a bit of UFC, and I could see the vision that Steve had, and I'm very happy that we realized that dream. I'm still saying proudly, no one does season in out the live sporting event, especially fight combat sports like we do.
Thanks, Sana Bwana, Director, for your time. I think it's been exceptional. LFNE7, and we are looking forward to LFNE8, hoping that we can still be part of it.
Yes, I know LFNE8. Now this is my core. I think you can see we've gone to the next level. It's an invitation for those people who can and believe in sport to come and subscribe so that we can even do it better.
Yeah.
This one we do it in-house, but you can see the crowd we've pulled, which is international, with the little that we can. So supposing anyone listening and sees the content that we are televising through sport and active participation on live action like this, if they come on board, we can even do a better job.
Asante sana for your time, Bwana
All right.
Director. It's always a pleasure to have a conversation with you.
Yeah, same here.
Hoping that LFNE8, I'm looking forward to LFNE8.
And well done. You did. This is your first time to do this, and I'm proud. You're not fired.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, for those watching, for the 1,000 watching from home, that has been the KUTV director, Mr. Kingara, as well as Stephen Omwega, representing the LFNE. Mr. Oma, if you kindly join me to just close the gap on these and just get some quick words from you about the expectation, whether it lived up to expectation. How do you feel after 10 bouts? We have the winners. I think we have had several TKOs as well as knockouts. How do you feel about the event?
Well, it has been quite very amazing and experience, a good experience indeed, and a new one for that matter. We have really enjoyed the fight from the first bout until the last one. And shall I say I was a bit disappointed with the last one. I was expecting for, some quiet action because this was the epitome of it, and many of us had already taken our seat back, just relaxing and just want to enjoy the fight and until the very end. But it's all about preparation. The best fighters who prepare the best and the most employs these techniques, and he finishes best. And that's why the slogan that usually we use here in Kenya, mapema ndio best, and that is exactly what we saw in the last bout. So it has been quite amazing, and the experience is awesome. And if that is the word I could use just to sum it up, and probably going forward, I'm looking forward for a few things. And first of all is the gender card, the one that I spoke about it. And I would like to see a 50-50 affair next time. And of course, probably even hitting the road now that the sport is quite diverse. Probably maybe we could move to some venues and even more fighters joining. And
well, asante sana Omo, acha nitumie hii kauli yako, mapema ndio best. I think we need to go and maybe try to focus on other things. But you can always catch Evans Ouma on the spot on every Saturday. I think it's a nice sport show that you can get interactive, and I think you host a lot of these LFNE fighters, so it's going to be exceptional. Thank you for each and every person who has been able to follow this LFNE7 championship through our through the TV or even streaming it on Facebook or YouTube. It's been exceptional. On behalf of the KUTV crew, the whole team that has made this production a success, and of course the LFNE team, the fighters, I think it's been exceptional. I'll just say one thing: good night and see you in LFNE 8, hoping for a bigger, better mixed martial championship.
Experienced fight.
Nice takedown.
Nice takedown. Wrestling takedown.
Appearance at LFNE. And now the receiving end. On
Great
some left,
ground and pound by
right,
Brian
pound.
Nyambane.
Some good
Great
elbows here.
elbows.
This should be consecutive right and left spinning back kicks. Misses again. Another one misses again from the Maverick here. From the right hand. And it's a bloody affair now for the debutant Geoffrey Mutua. Nice hook from the left for Amos Eboso. Another one right from the left again. Another right one.
Eboso there. Nice 1-2 again by Amos Eboso. Good right hands by Amos Eboso on the attack. Stephen Wachuli knocked out again. Surely this
Eboso. All right.
match.